this. We can go live now. We should be live. I hope. Yes, we are live. I think we're live. Welcome in, everyone. I hope you're all having a fantastic day so far. My name is Andy. Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if you can hear the music, and all the good stuff. I think YouTube's had a little bit of issues today when it comes to live streams and videos. Today and yesterday I had some weird issues trying to get it out. But yeah, we'll give it a shot. We'll see how this goes. We actually need to tweet it out. I completely forgot. Live streaming. I always forget how to actually tweet it out. But how's everyone doing today? Thank you so much for taking your time to come and stop by. I really do appreciate you being here, and I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday so far. I hope everything is going well with you, and I hope you're crushing those goals. Bam, bam. Let's see where we are. Let's get the YouTube studio up. Need to get the actual right link for it. How do we get the right link for it? Here we go. Get a shareable link. Here we go. And bam, bam. I'm really hoping they improve the YouTube sort of interface with everything that's going on. It would make it so much better. It would make it a lot easier. Twitch still are winning at that game when it comes to just that in general and what's actually being used for it. So I do hope that they improve it, and I do hope they actually adapt it a little bit further so that it does become better. I know live streams aren't really pushed out that much to other people, and I know live streams aren't really they aren't really watched in the same way or in the same ways. It's because YouTube isn't really seen as a live streaming platform. YouTube's just seen as a video platform, which there's nothing wrong with. That's just the way it's been for so long. That's the way it's been for so long. That's the way it's sort of stayed for so long. So it will be interesting to know sort of what they do with it moving forward and how they actually progress it, and if they progress it in a way that they want to, because they might not even need to. It might not even be something that they want to do or even need to do at that point. It could just be something that they sort of keep and they hold it where they're at. But I hope everyone's having a fantastic day so far. We're going to be discussing some more of the marketplace. Obviously right now Veve is pumping like there's absolutely no tomorrow, and it's been amazing to see. Of course it's been amazing to see when you've got all those people who are getting involved and buying in with everything, with the market. It's always amazing to see when your things are up. I think it's important to take note or take profits when they're there to take, and to also be cautious about what you're doing and making sure that you're not overdoing yourself when it comes to what you're buying, when you're buying it, and so much more, you know. I think that's always an important fact that you need to take into consideration when you're buying anything, when you're looking at anything in the market, and when you're trying to push forward with your own investments. They're not easy to establish when you're making all the money, and then when it dips, you know, you're worried that you didn't take profits at the right time, and you're thinking about the cycles, and there's a lot to take in for it. And I hope that streams like this, and just where you can ask questions and where you can talk, it allows you to just get a better understanding of what's going on and why something's going on the way it is. But yeah, let me know how everyone's doing today in the chat. Let me know how you're all keeping, and how life has been. I think here we go. I'm getting some errors here. You need to change video resolution. Oh, what is that? I've not had that before. You need to change video resolution, which is not supported. I don't even know if I'm live. Stream status poor. Oh fuck, serious issues that need attention. I don't know what issues need attention. What issues need attention? I have no idea. Oh, that's what I've done. Have I done that? Maybe I may have done something wrong here. Live. I totally have done something wrong here, haven't I? Yeah, Rory, welcome in, mate. I hope you're doing well. I've done something wrong. There's something coming up here with like video resolution that's not, I don't know. I'm trying to sort it here. I think we may have got it. I'm not 100% sure. I could only access via your link on Twitter. Right, okay. Thank you for letting me know, mate. Thank you for letting me know. How you doing today, Rory? I've actually had some issues when it came to YouTube live streaming. I don't know why. Again, they've not optimized it the way Twitch was. I used to stream on Twitch, and it was, I wouldn't say it was a lot easier. There's obviously things to learn when you're streaming on any platform, but being able to do it this way and actually learning about it and pushing it forward, I can be an idiot sometimes when it comes to that. So hopefully I've got it sort of working. Hopefully I've got it sort of maybe ready. Give me a shout if anyone comes in. Give me a shout if you've came through like YouTube homepage. Oh fucking hell, I might have fixed it. Did I fix it? Because there's quite a few users in here now. I might have fixed it. Any user came in, did you get it through YouTube? You got it through YouTube. Fantastic. Right, okay. Brilliant. Sorry guys, I messed up. I'd meant to have this I was meant to have this sorted where you could all see it. And I'd messed up. I'd done something wrong on YouTube. I'd absolutely, I don't know what I'd done. How are we doing, everyone? I've been sitting here trying to work out the mistakes I've been making on YouTube live streaming. I'm still getting used to it, and I'm trying my best, but for all of you here who are here, welcome in. My name is Andy, and I appreciate you taking some time out your day to come and hang out with me and all of these wonderful people. I just want to take a second to thank all you, by the way, for 5,000 subscribers. Let me pause the music for this. This is serious. This is serious moment. Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers. That, to even say that seriously is just, it is something special. Like, it really, really is. We've been doing this content for, it's like 6 months, and we've been able to surpass that incredible milestone. I think we're averaging out at like 130,000 views a month, and we're going with 5k subscribers already. I think we passed it. When did we pass it? Yesterday, I think we passed 5k. So the fact that you're all here supporting me in this journey, learning as I'm learning, and trying to push forward with that, thank you so much, really. I know I've got a lot to do in regards to growing in this space and to pushing myself even further. And I know I've got a lot to learn. Like, I'm not the smartest person out there. By all means, there's a lot of people who are smarter than me. But thank you so much. It means a lot more than you can know. And I always feel in a live stream, it's a lot easier to really grasp that emotion and how I'm truly feeling about that. So thank you. I really, really do appreciate it. And it means the world when people are liking the content, supporting the content, commenting or anything. It really, really means a lot. It really, really does. But yeah, let me get this off me. Let me get this off me, mode. I really, really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. How are we all doing today? Welcome in, chat. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great Thursday so far. We're going to be streaming for about 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I've got a meeting tonight a little bit later on, so I've got to make sure I'm ready for that, which I'm really, really excited about. It's actually to do with Veve, not talking to Veve as a general, like, as a company, but I'm talking to people who are in Veve, and we're going to be talking about things, how we can push each other forward and develop ourselves further, so I'm really, really excited about that. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. Kenny, welcome in. Rory, how you doing, mate? Thank you for stopping by, and thank you for telling me, by the way, that things were messed up and when they'd all fixed. Adventures, how you doing? Chanel, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Bruno, welcome in. Hector, Rhyme, Grish, welcome in. How you doing? Tata, welcome in. How you doing? Jack, welcome in. Safety, thank you so much for stopping by. Turf, welcome in. What's going on, my man? How are we doing? Puck, welcome in. Sebastian, welcome in. Mark, welcome in. Tito, Matt, we've got so many legends. JLo, welcome in. Booty, welcome in. How are we doing? How are we doing? Savage, welcome in. How's it going? Cacao, Yo, Felix, welcome in. How's it going? How is it going, mate? How are we all doing today? What is your thoughts on stacking Common Green Goblin comic? Well, one of the things that I want to talk about, right, is obviously the video I'd done. There was a video I'd done where I put up stacking compared to getting like one secret rare or one ultra rare, right? Now, I know people were a little bit upset with me on that video because I didn't actually compare them in a way that people thought I would. They thought I was going to compare it by buying like all commons the same price as one secret rare. But I done it based on tiers of what people have. So people would have like 1,000 gems to spend, 1,500 gems to spend, and then if someone had like 12k gems to spend, and what they're most likely to buy. So people got a little bit upset me on that, but the results still stayed the same. Mass buying worked more often or not than buying singular secret rares. Now, maybe now that might be different. See, if we're looking at things like the secret rare Marvel's comic or secret rare Spider-Man, things may be different because Spider-Man was at 25k back then, whereas now I think they're at 60k. So that might be different now, but I would still say that over the long run, stress, emotional attachment, being able to let go of things when profits are working, stacking things can work. And in regards to like the Green Goblin one as a whole, it's probably the most popular supervillain when it comes to the Spider-Man universe, so it still seems like it would be a good one to have. Definitely go collect and see if if it's actually valued in the physical world. It might help a little bit further. And by the way, chat, you want to know, some of you who follow me on Twitter would know. Some of you know, follow me on Twitter would have seen it yesterday, but if you look to just over there, you'll see I got my first ever physical collectible. My first ever physical collectible, Todd McFarlane Batman. And I'm going to be posting it on here on YouTube as well as the community tab. I've got mint number 1708 for Todd McFarlane Batman. 1708. So if you know someone who has Todd McFarlane Batman 1708, please let me know. I really, really want to get the NFT version as well as having the physical version. And I'm probably going to buy the comic as well if I can afford it. So if you know someone who has the Todd McFarlane 1708, please let me know. Please send them away. Tell them to message me on Twitter. And we'll get something sorted, because I really, really, really want to get that in my vault. I really want to have both of them. I want that to be something that I hold and keep for a long, long, long time. Thomas, yo, Veve Vibes, welcome in, mate. How are we doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. How is it going? Deadpool making some lovely moves. Yes, Deadpool is something we're going to talk about even more. Deadpool is something we're going to talk about more today, because I want to give you a better understanding of what you can pay attention to in the future when we get more FAs, which we're going to be getting. You know, we're going to be getting more FAs moving forward, and I want to make sure that I'm helping you understand why that's the case and why things move in a certain way. And we're going to be doing a few comparisons today. So if you do want that, we're going to be looking at Ecomi Wiki a little bit later on. We're going to be looking at the floors and understanding things a little bit further in regards to that. So definitely stick around if that's something that you want to see and you want to understand how to take more leverage when it comes to things like that are dropping. Why did you buy after you sold the Elsa? Wait, Mark, what did you sell? I sold Elsa. Don't like the feeling. Okay, Mark, tell us about it. Tell us about why you don't like the feeling. What was it about Elsa that made you sell? And are you buying something else with it? Or was there something else in your mind that you wanted to get? I've never made 100k in a year. My vault just increased to 100k in a day. Veve is a blessing. Holy crap, mate. Tez, that's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Tell me, have you done anything to celebrate? Have you done anything to celebrate for it? Or have you just sort of chilled out, enjoyed the moment, took a wee breather and just, oh, love it? Thoughts on Coca-Cola Common? I really like the Coca-Cola Common. Valdaz, welcome in, mate. How you doing? Thanks so much for stopping by. Oh, my queen, welcome in. The ultra rare Spider-Man note, what has it been increasing heavily? Has it been booming? Let me go and see it. I've not actually checked it. I don't have an ultra rare Spider-Man, so I don't really keep up with the prices on that one. Ultra rare. 10k. 9.6k. You joking? Holy shit! Wow! At 9 o'clock last night, it was 6.1k. You fucking kidding me? Jesus Christ! Holy crap! Jennifer, welcome in. How you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Yo, Garlic, what's up? How you doing, mate? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I really like the Coca-Cola Commons. We've got the Polar Bear, which is a really iconic character in terms of Coca-Cola as a whole. The issue that people have been speaking about when it comes to Coca-Cola is that it's not really like a collector's company. You know, in regards to something like when we compare it to Disney, you know, Disney is more so made for collecting in some instances, but I still think that's wrong. I still don't think that's right, because think about the people who collect the Coca-Cola bottles with their names on it and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? I think Coca-Cola is quite a big collectible sort of status to have, and the common is beautiful. Like, it really, really is beautiful. We've got the first ever appearance, first ever appearance of the polar bear, not the first ever NFT of Coca-Cola, but still, the first ever appearance of Coca-Cola's NFT was a singular NFT which sold for like, was it not like $570,000 or something like that? Only one person can own that. When a community can own something together, that makes something way stronger in my eyes. So I think the Coca-Cola is something that will maybe take a little bit longer to rise, but I do think it will have its time. I genuinely do think it will have its time. Yo, Jack, is it Jackek? I think that's your name. Thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome into the family. How you doing? My brother wanted to buy a Spider-Man in common. I wanted liquidity, so I sold. Fair enough, mate. Fair enough. And the fact that you had a plan as to why you were selling, always the best things to do. What are your thoughts on Throg? Now, I've not got any Throgs anymore. Used to have Throgs. I believe Throg will be good once the TV series comes. Wait, is it a TV series or is it a movie that will come out where Throg's involved for Thor? Because I've not actually watched some of the series on Disney Plus yet. Has Throg been involved yet? Or is Throg not here yet? Because I think it will be, once it's there, people will pay more attention to it. But as of right now, it's not one I'm buying personally. It's not one I'm buying. Just for the like, I don't know. I just don't see it being something I want right now anyway. Thoughts on Secret Rare Captain America? Still an amazing piece. And you know what, actually, one of the things that I'm thinking when it comes to the Captain America, what I'm really, really interested in is how are people going to price different things that are not FA, but the actual depicted character in the movies. So Captain America, right? He's done absolutely incredible for the Secret Rare, but he's not FA. The Marvel Mighty's done that. Holy crap, Queen! Let's get his likes and subs up. Thank you so much. That means absolutely wonderful. Yeah, if you're enjoying the content and you want to drop a like on the live stream, you can do that. That means the world. Oh my god, guys! Good morning, Splint. How you doing? Appreciate your content. Usually being on point. Love the great Veve community. Keep it coming. Nate, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you, both of you. Well, I really appreciate you both being here. Good morning. How you doing today? How are you doing today? So, one thing I'm really interested in when it comes to the Captain America is how is it going to work when it comes to other things? Because I think we're going to get stuff like Wonder Woman as a character depicted in the movies, and I believe again that will be huge. I think that will be massive. I don't think FA is going to determine everything when it comes to something's popularity, because there are people who like cartoon versions of something, but I think a lot of people really love the statues of these collectibles that are depicted the way we know them in the physical world. What's your guys' thought on that, though? What's your guys' thoughts on that? Yo, Mark! Oh, there's an absolute wonderful human being. How are you doing, sir? How are you doing? Thoughts on, what do you think about the Comey Wiki charging now? I think it's incredible, personally. I think it's absolutely incredible, and I've already got my subscription on a Comey Wiki. Listen, I get, right? I get that some people want everything for free in life, and some people don't like to pay for certain things and all that sort of stuff. I completely understand that. But at the end of the day, not only do things like that cost a lot of money to run, but their time is also worth money. We are in a world, and there's absolutely no doubt about this, right? We're in a world here, and Kevin, by the way, I know you're with it. I know you've already just said right there that yeah, totally worth it. This is for the people who have been complaining about it. I've saw some people complaining about it, so I want to make it clear on my views on it and what it is. At the end of the day, the world is run by money, right? There's no fucking question about it. No question about that. And I want you all to realize that if you're really against this, you don't need to support it. It's not something you need to do. That's fine. You move on with your life. There's still amazing free things on a Comey Wiki. It's just the market fluctuations that you can't look at when it comes to it, like the graphs. If you're against it, perfectly fine. But don't go complaining to someone who has worked endlessly at making something that's an incredible, incredible thing for the whole Veve community, allowing us to learn how to read the markets better and actually push forward with what they were doing. It's an incredible thing, and Omi the Clown deserves every single bit of credit for what they've done and every single bit of monetary value that they're getting from those who decide to subscribe to the service. That's my views on it, and I'd be more than happy to have a discussion about it, but I think it's an amazing thing that they're now charging, because they've put a lot of effort into that and they've helped me in a lot of different ways, and I'm sure they've helped a lot of people. I think he's had 20,000 people sign up for an account on Ecomi Wiki. Incredible stuff. Absolutely incredible stuff. DW, welcome in. How are you doing? Jackson, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Yannick Akaya, welcome in. Legends, Zodi, how are we doing? Superman at 6.9k. What the fuck's happening, guys? Yes, welcome in. How are we doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. I also seen, did I see Ninja in here? I'm so sure I saw Ninja. I did see Ninja. Ninja, how you doing? Welcome in. Can you turn the music off? Is it loud? Is the music loud? I don't think the music's that loud, is it? I just usually have it as background music. I'll turn it down a little bit. But I don't think it's that loud. I don't think it's really overpowering my voice, is it? Please let me know if it's overpowering my voice. Yo, Bailey, welcome in. How's it doing? Shankster, welcome in. How are we all doing today? It's good, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, great. Great to hear, great to hear. It's not loud. Yeah, I didn't think it was. I always sort of have it at the same levels. I never change the settings for it because I know it's sort of, it can be hard sometimes to distinguish between them. I have messed up sometimes. Right, chat, I've got a question for you, right? And it's a sort of, I don't know, it's a sort of a mixed question. I don't really know the answer to it right now, but I'd like, Bromy, welcome in. I'd like to hear your opinions on it, okay? So I got a comment the other day where it said, I would love to, and I'd see the comment here, this is why I'm bringing it up. I'd love to see your vault, like I'd love for you to be someone like Andre Jick, where he shows off his stocks. And basically for me, I would show off my collectibles. Everything that I have, be very, very transparent with what I have in my vault, what I buy, when I buy it, all that sort of stuff, right? So I understand that would be a great thing to do. And I actually do want to do it. But there's a few things that make me a little bit worried to do that. One of them is obviously security in itself. I'm obviously continuing to create content on here, meaning there are more eyes on me than there are someone who's just made a Twitter account randomly, okay? Like posting their stuff on there. So one, I want to make sure that my account would be safe and not targeted in a way if I were to show everything that I had. Now, I know by all means, I am not a high roller when it comes to this. I'm not someone with a lot of fucking money, and I don't have all the money in the world to buy like 100 waltz like Dr. Profit, but the gains that I've made are still significant enough to me that they would change my life. So one, that made me a little bit like on edge with that sort of stuff. And then two, the one that is probably more dominant when it came to my worries with it is that if I become really clear on what I buy and I tell everyone what I'm buying, when I'm buying it, and my vault, like what's in it and all that sort of stuff, and I'm telling people what to buy, I'm worried that it'll rub off on people the way that I'm telling them to go and pump up that price, or that you should put that price higher because I'm buying multiples of them. In my videos, I try to be very transparent with what I do. Like I've already told you, I've got like 9 Deadpool commons. I've been buying up Marvel Mighties, and I also bought like the Mayor McCornell set. But I know if I shift that narrative a little bit where I'm telling people exactly what I'm buying, I don't want to be one of those people who's telling people to go and buy this shit, and because it might not work out, you know. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that, on those fronts. Like, do you think it's okay to be able to show off everything that I do and everything that I have and what I'm buying? Do you think it's okay for me to do so? Like, what's your thoughts on that when that sort of thing happens? Mies, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in. I really, really do appreciate you stopping by. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Coca-Cola Secret Rare. I think Coca-Cola Secret Rare will take a little bit longer to grow the way it is. Rapid, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome in. How are you doing? I think it will take a little bit longer to rise compared to maybe some other things, but I still do believe Coca-Cola will have its time. You've got to remember, right, Mickey, Coca-Cola and Deadpool all didn't take the same rise that the likes of Spider-Man and Spider-Man Todd and all that have, because they've been out for a lot longer than these have. Because these are so new, they're not going to take the same spike that these older ones are, because there's not enough people just yet to drive that price the same way that it can drive up with the other ones. So I think they'll easily have their time, just maybe not right now. And that's okay. That's perfectly fine. You know, things run in cycles, so that's the way it goes. I think you're already pretty transparent. I think as you grow, you'll have far more sway. So I would say stick to what level you're at. That's what I've been thinking as well. Like, just sort of sticking to the place that I'm at right now. Because I know, obviously, 5k subscribers compared to 1.4 million active users isn't much. You know, it isn't a lot. But I do understand that as people begin to see you as a content creator that they can trust, they then trust, which is wrong to do. I know it's very wrong to do, but people do this anyway. They trust the person's decision and then go and do that and then put the blame on said person when the decision, or if the decision goes wrong. And I don't want to be that person, you know. I don't want to, I never want to be a person who's saying, yes, you need to go and buy this, or you're an idiot if you don't buy this stuff. I want to continue to be transparent with you. In every video, I'll try my best to do that in the best way possible. Like, I've already told you all, like, I have bought Marvel Mighties, and I have 9 common Deadpools, and I sold, like, my Mickey hat for getting that all sort of stuff. So, there are moves that I've made. And I'm not that kind of person. You know, at the end of the day, we've all got our own financial decisions. We've all got our own plans and our convictions. And I don't want to be the cause of someone making a stupid decision just because I made a stupid decision, you know, which can definitely happen. I make stupid decisions all the time, and I'm sure all of us do in here. And that's why I think it's so important to stay convicted in your own plan and not put too much weight on others' decisions. Do you think Invisible Girl Common is going to be under retail? Because I feel that it might be the Storm Common where it goes under retail, then it flips for almost double now. Yes, this could be a very, very good... This could be a very, very good note to take. Gutter, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in, mate. How you doing? This could be a very good note to take, Ran, right? Storm, let's actually have a look. Let's have a look, right? We'll show you exactly what I mean with this, because this is good. This is good market analysis. This is good, like, teaching moments we've got here. So, do we just go full? Can we go full? Yeah, we can. Right. So, let's go with Storm here, okay? We'll go with the common, just for the sake of common. Common's sitting at about 87 right now, 87. Storm isn't that popular of a character, alright? Just in general. At the moment anyway, if Black Panther 2 comes out and she is married to Black Panther, and then all the things happen, she's involved in that, then yes, there might be a very big difference here. But let's have a look at what we see here, okay? So Storm was released, I believe she was 50 gems, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, might be wrong. It was close to that anyway. So she started at 46 and made all her way down to 37, 35. That was maybe her lowest. About 35 gems was her lowest that she got to, right? This is because she had a lot of additions, and she also isn't that popular of a character. Now, this was Storm's FA, which is a little bit different, because here we have Invisible Woman, non-FA, but she is depicted the way she is in the comic books, or her first ever appearance, I believe, that she's depicted from. Here, we are going to get very, very good data on 2 separate things, right? One, how important it is for people to collect the depicted versions as more of a real-life character, because obviously we've only got the Marvel Mighties Invisible Woman right now. And 2, how the less popular characters can shift prices if a long enough time is held. So the Fantastic Four movie's coming out, is it next year, this year? This year. This way, I think, personally, from all the things that I've saw, I think personally, she will go under retail, and then if you give her, say about a month and a half, same as Storm, maybe 2 months, she will be near enough, like, I'd say close to what Storm is, maybe a little bit lower. So I think you could make double your money here if you buy in early on, and if she does go under retail, personally. We've seen this happen before. This has happened with Storm. This has also happened with Captain America, because this is the other version that we're going to be looking at here. Because remember, this Captain America, that is the way he's depicted in the movies, isn't isn't FA. Isn't FA. You can see there's no FA here. So if we go back further, obviously we've not got, I think Captain America was released before this, so we obviously got back till October the 16th. But even here, you can see Captain America was under retail. Captain America was under retail. And now, Captain America is 152. Now, of course, he took a pump up, but that doesn't mean he was at 99. He was at 99 here, and this was what? October, November, December. 2 months after, about 2 months after he was released, he doubled from where he was at when he was below retail. More than doubled from where he was at below retail. We've seen the same with Storm. We've seen the same with Storm. Storm's an FA, so, but she's a less popular character, and she still doubled from below retail from where she was at. Captain America was below retail and is not an FA, and is more than doubled now from below retail from where he was sitting at. I think we're going to see the same when it comes to Invisible Woman. And by the time, when is the Fantastic Four movie out? Fantastic Four movie. Release date. Fantastic Four is coming out on the 6th of August. No, fucking hell, that was a 2015 one. 2022. Come on. Come on, please. Is it meant to be released this year? Right, okay, it's next year. It's next year. I think it's next year. I think it's next year. But even at that, you've still got a long time in order for it to do so. I think this could be a good buying opportunity for some of you who may have less gems. The only issue we have here is that you have to hold for a little bit longer, plus you've got Marvel tax. That's the two things you've got to take note. That's the two things you've got to take note of. Economy Wiki has some free options, but it's €10 a month. Yes, which is I completely agree with. He's put a lot of time and effort into that. He deserves to be paid for it, 100%. There's still some free stuff. There's still a lot of free stuff on the platform. But yeah, I'd recommend getting it if you're someone who really enjoys Veve and what it is and wants to learn more about the market. It's the best way to do it, personally. You don't need to, obviously, but yeah. Good on Omen the Clown. That's amazing. I'm actually hoping to work with Omen the Clown a little bit further in the future, but I'm just not sure if he does anything like that. Hang on a second, you defo bought the 121 on eBay. I was good. Yeah, mate, I did, Zilla, I did. I didn't buy it, the Todd. I'm so sorry. Did I absolutely yoink it from you? I'm so sorry, mate. How are you doing today? How are you doing? Gold R2D2 moved 700 in 1 hour. Yeah, that's absolutely nuts, mate. The pump in prices has been insane. I sold a few things today just to take some profit because, chat, I'm actually thinking about doing a 1k to reso series on my YouTube. Now, it does take a while because at the end of the day, you know, most of the decisions you make in the market, you have to have a waiting period before you actually make that profit. There's only a few things that you buy and then maybe the next morning it can actually be up by like 50. More often or not, you have to wait a little bit for the cycles to happen. But I'm kind of up for that because the only season 1 I don't have anymore is Risso. I don't have Risso and I want him. I want that one so badly. So badly. I've just never had the gems to do it. And that's my aim. I really, really want to get it. And then I can buy the physical statue like I got with the Todd and move from there. Right, welcome in. How you doing, Doge? Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. Do you own any blue chips? I do, mate. Well, it depends what you define blue chips, but for me, yes, I do have a few. The blue chips I have, or what I believe are blue chips, is I have the ASM1 Secret Rare comic. Megs, thank you so much for the subscriber. The subscription, welcome in. I have the Ultra Rare Mickey Steamboat. I have the partner statue. I have Todd. I think I have all of the Disney golden moments apart from the hat and the Avengers logo. I've got Superman. Have I got anything else that I would say is blue chip material? I don't think I've got anything else that's blue chip material other than that. No, yeah, I wouldn't say I've got anything else that's like blue chip, top of the blue chips after that, but yeah, that's what I've got. I'm definitely very, very lucky to be in the position that I'm in with what I've got for sure. Is there a reason why Adventure Time is still so cheap? I mean, it got released in 2020 after all, and it's pretty limited. It's actually something I've been kind of questioning, why it's still sitting at that price. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's for a reason that people are worried that it's Adventure Time. Oh, there's the absolute legend themselves. There's the absolute legend, Omen the Clown, with the incredible website that is Ecomi Wiki. We've got it up. You know we've got it up. You know we're using it. You know we're already using the charts. And we're just discussing Captain America, Storm, and how Invisible Woman is going to move. Incredible work by Omen the Clown. Absolutely amazing stuff, mate. And thank you so much for the 5. That means the world to me. It means the absolute world to me. I really, really do appreciate it. And I hope you've been having a great day so far. I hope you've been having an absolute amazing day so far. How are you doing anyway, actually? I know you've been really, really busy. So how's everything been? Have you been absolutely crushing it? Or are you taking a little breather for yourself? 1708 isn't on the market. I just checked for you. Turf, I've been checking every day. I've been checking every day. I really hope the person who owns it, I really, really hope the person who owns it is someone who's active in the community or something like that. Chat, if any of you are just coming in, I bought my first ever physical collectible. And it was the Todd McFarlane Batman, and I got the 1708 mint. 1708. So if anyone knows the person who has this, please send them away. Please, because I would absolutely love to get the NFT version of my physical version. It's something. It's kind of one of my dreams now to actually get. Yannick, you should try Air Up Drink. It's a water drink with smell. Yannick, did you know? Did you know I had this? What the fuck? Did you know I had that, or was that just a sheer like observation of saying, yeah, you should get it. It's actually quite good. I have no fucking idea you knew that. I'm alright, man. Keeping busy, but the coronavirus is killing me. My little girl ended up in the hospital, so we're all recovering. I saw the tweets. I'm so glad that she's recovering though, and that you're all getting there. That's fantastic to hear. And I'm hoping you all continue to get better health over time. I know COVID has been it's been brutal. It's been absolutely brutal, but I'm really, really glad to hear that you're all recovering. And I'm hoping everything continues to go in a positive direction, which is fantastic. I'm really glad that she's feeling better, and hopefully you're all feeling better as well. Over this period. I know it's challenging, mate, but you've got this. You've got this. Just finished smoking a bowl. Some perfect time for the live stream. Ninja. Okay, mate. I love it. I absolutely love it. You just chill back, relax, and watch the stream. I love it, mate. You had a good day so far. Do you think it's strange that... I do think it's strange. I think it's strange that Adventure Time still hasn't got there. Because let's go to my... let's go to the favourite website of all time, and we'll look at some Adventure Times. Because there are a few I've got now. Which one was it that had the community? Who made the group? Was it Jake the dog that people made the group for? Was it Jake the dog that people made the group for? I think. But you can even see, like, going back to October, you know, he really hasn't moved that much. Chat, can everyone just hold off and going to buy, like, Finn and Jake until after the stream, and then I'll go buy some? Because they seem pretty undervalued. Marcelin's only 900. Oh my god. They are very undervalued. BMO's under 100. Ice King's only 216. How popular is Adventure Time? Ra, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in. How popular is Adventure Time? How popular actually is it? Was a rating success for Cartoon Network. Some of its episodes attracting over 3 million viewers, and despite being aimed primarily at children, the show has developed following among teenage and adults. Chat, should we go buy some now? should we go buy some now? I kind of think we should. I kind of think we should, not gonna lie. I'm gonna buy some. Fuck it. Why not? It just doesn't make sense. What one makes the most sense to buy at the moment? Probably Finn. Is there any good deals for Finn on the market? Do you want me to actually show you my screen? Do you want me to show you my screen? I think I can show you my screen. Pretty sure I can. I can show you my screen. What's up, my guy? Hope you're doing well. Austin, I'm doing great, mate. How are you doing? How are you doing? Ah, fuck. Nah, it needs to be updated. Yeah, the update will work. Oh, no, it didn't. Ah, fuck it. We'll do it later. Who gives a shit? We'll go and see them on the market anyway. We'll see them. We'll look at them. We'll have a look anyway. We'll have a look. I've had the Cartoon Network that I have the season 1 of I have the season 1 of the Powerpuff Girls, but it seems like Adventure Time is still a great pickup to get. There's a 1847 for 140, 1608 for 150. 129 is the price right now. Do I go for a 1000 mint for 140, or do I go for... I don't mind paying 10 gems more for an 1847 mint, to be honest with you. Yeah, so I've actually already got a fin, so I just bought an 1847 for 140 there. Oh no, it's not a fin I've got. I think I've got Jake the dog. They are really good ones. People will always be upset when they had something for free and then they have to pay for it. I love to keep it free, but I do pay for Veve servers. It'd never be free for me. Yes, and we actually spoke about that, Omi, at the start of the stream. We talked about it, and it's such a shame that people were so negative towards people who are providing such an amazing service to the community and everything that you have done. And I know you've obviously, you handled it really well when I saw some of the comments people were putting on Twitter, but you've done fucking incredible stuff, mate. You should be extremely proud of everything that you've done, because the amount that you've helped me and so many other people is next level, mate. Absolutely next level. So massive props to you and everything that you're doing. Massive props to you. Elsa's insane. I really like Elsa. I've got 2 of Elsa. Yeah, I've still got 2 of Elsa. So that's something that I'm going to be keeping for a long time. I've got a few multiples of the Disney Golden Moments, but not too many. I think I have 2 of Iron Man, 2 of Elsa, and 2 of Homer and Bart. No, I might actually only have 1 of those. Do you think... Yeah, I do. So I just went and bought another one. I do think it's strange that Adventure Time hasn't really run up, and that's why I've just went and bought another one. That's the thing. There are always deals on the market, chat. There are always deals, but the issue is, right, there's too many of us who look at what's pumping and then try to get involved in that, and then often are led to hold the bag at that point. Because when you pump something up, right, and everyone's buying, right, okay, everyone's buying at that time, then you think, oh shit, I'm not going to get this opportunity again, I need to buy now. You then rack up the price even further, and then more people do the same because they're just thinking like you. And then you're complaining when it goes back down in price, and it takes a healthy retraction because it needs to. Whereas if you buy something that is maybe not being looked at the moment as much, you could potentially get an advantage there and actually make more to then buy the collectible for a better price when it goes down again. Nicholas, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome in. How you doing? Yo, non-fungible, how you doing, you legend? Welcome in. I just bought my first subscription. Let's go. Absolutely love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't read that. Thank you for the subscription, person. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. How are we? Welcome in, everyone, to the chat, by the way. If you're just stopping by, welcome in. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you're having a fantastic day so far. We're just answering some questions, talking to chat, and we're learning how to better ourselves and develop ourselves further. What are the best Disney characters in general, not only in Veve? What's going to happen when Cinderella, Alice, Robin Hood, and Snow White come to Veve? They're not as popular, personally. Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Robin Hood, and Snow White, although have older generational support, the new generation focuses on things like Elsa. You know, that's stuff like Big Hero 6 and all that. Now, no doubt in my mind that things like Cinderella, Alice in Wonderland, Robin Hood, and Snow White will do incredible stuff. Like, no doubt in my mind they will do well. I still believe things like Elsa in years to come will be at the forefront of what Disney is. Disney Animation Studios, two of the highest like animations that they have made has been Frozen. They are going to want to leverage that as best as they possibly can. And I don't doubt for a second that anything Disney release is going to be incredible. But to me personally, I still think something like Elsa will be unreal. And maybe like still stay quite high up there. Because of the significance of Disney Golden Moments too. You know, that's very, very significant. Very, very significant. Do you think Golden Moments will keep rising in there, or is there a platform for now? They did shoot up today, if I'm not mistaken. I still think they've got a lot of room to grow. A lot of room to grow, honestly, mate. If we take the same length of time that the season 1, like Todd's been out and Superman's been out, once we get to that stage with the Disney Golden Moments, I don't think the majority of users will be able to get them, personally, mate. Getsy, welcome in. How you doing, mate? When are we getting the Boba Fett collectible? These gems are burning a hole in my wallet. I know, mate. I don't know if we'll be getting a Boba Fett one this season, unless they release it at like the end of the season 2, which they could. They definitely could do that, but I'd feel it just make more sense to release it beforehand. But I know there was a lot going on at the time when it came to Boba Fett starting the series on Disney Plus, so maybe the timing didn't work out. I don't know. Alejandro, thank you so much for the kind words, mate. I really do appreciate that. With the way the prices have been ripping, I know there will be a pull pack at some point. Do you think we'll see some of those old prices like Captain America at 50? I personally don't. So, chat, I'm gonna give you some information here, right? How would I best describe this? How would I best make this visually, like, how would I best describe making this work? So, okay, let me show you on a Komi Wiki. It's probably the best way to do it. Definitely the best way to do it. We'll go Todd. Right, chat. I'm wanting you to take this into account, right? I want you to take this. Take mental notes of this. This is going to be very, very important for you when you're thinking about buying things that have been out for a long period of time and that are... Kobe! Welcome in, mate! Andy, how are we doing today? Are we eating? Are we staying hydrated? You know we're staying hydrated. I ate before the stream. Are we bullish? You know we're bullish. We're doubling down. Just bought a fin on the market for 140 with an 1847 mint, so you goddamn know it. Man, I'm so happy, blessed, and grateful for Veve and the community of the people we get to connect with. Kobe, I'm the exact same, mate. I am the exact same. How are you doing today, sir? How are you doing? Welcome in. I really, really do appreciate you stopping by. It means the world to me. Right. I'm so bullish. Same. Same. Okay, chat. Let's look at this, okay? From a logical perspective. When things release on Veve, that is when the most mints will be active on the store, right? We all agree with that. We all agree with that. That's going to be the case. So, as time goes on, more people who are willing to hold for longer periods of time buy in. But that doesn't mean they're still not flippers. So, say Todd McFarlane, okay, starts at 200 and there are 100 on the market. We're just going to make this as an example, okay? We're going to make this as an example. Grish! Holy crap! Welcome into the members. Thank you so much for becoming a member. That means the world to me, mate. How are you doing today? So, say we have 100 Todd McFarlanes on the market, right, for 200. So, Todd McFarlane then pumps up to, I don't know, say 500. And now there are 85 on the platform. People are beginning to buy them, but some people who bought early on at 200 are now selling up at 1,000. That's what they're, or 500. That's what they're selling at now. They're now selling as the price moves up. So the price continues to rise, like we're seeing here, okay? The price continues to rise as more people are buying at the higher price. So when more people are buying at the higher price, that means the total listings, like we're seeing here, tend to go down. But often when we see maybe like a rise up here, we see that listings go down, but there's a sharp increase again of listings, like we can see right here. Can we see it? So you see price goes up here, listings go down because price goes up. So there's people who are buying in, and then after that we have a little sharp increase of listings because people are taking profits. So we can see here, it went from 86 listings to 110, and the price went down a little bit. So what can we learn from that? This means that over time, people who are flippers sell at the times when the price spikes, but that gives the opportunity for people who are willing to hold for longer to then buy in at that price when it dips a little bit after the spike has happened. But what we then also have to take note of, right, is that over time, as supply lowers but demand still sort of stays the same, that price continues to increase, and even with retractions, doesn't retract as far back as the last pump. So let's take, for example, at this point right here, okay, 2,099 on around about November the 29th. So we'll say that the next pump that happened was up at 3,390, and that was about December the 10th. Now, it never went back down to this price again. And we can see here that it dropped to 2,800, but that's not down at 2,000. We saw another run up to 4,500, and it never went back down below the 2,000 mark. So we never saw it back down below the 2,000 mark. But see this run up here at 3,390? We only saw it go to 3,099. That was the lowest it went. So although it retracted, it didn't retract the same percentage as it does when the run up actually happens. Again, we see it happening here when it goes up a little bit. It's a little bit steady. It goes up to 5,700, takes a little bit of a retraction, but nowhere close to what 3,600 was. And right now, again, we're seeing a big run up to about 9k, and I'm presuming we're going to get a retraction to maybe about 7.5k round about here. But we're not going to see the 5k again. We're not going to see the 3k again, because as the listings lower, as the listings are lowering, people are buying in, and because they have to buy in at a real high price now, that means there's going to be more who are willing to hold for a longer period of time and not worry about what the price is doing. So if the price does shoot up and it doubles, there's going to be less people who are going to want to flip it because they think how far it could potentially go if it's able to reach those prices. So what I'm saying here is that as things are out for a longer period of time, retractions do happen, but once it gets to a stage where there are just too many people who are willing to hold, those retractions are not going to be as heavy as others, and you genuinely might not get the opportunity to get some of these things at those low prices ever again. Now, for things that have been released recently, you have a better chance at doing that, but you have to, again, be careful because the retraction might not be to the same percentage. I doubt we see Deadpool at 60 gems again, but he did take a big retraction from starting at 140 going all the way down to that for quite a fair bit. This is where you have to take advantage. When people sell off in the beginning and they don't value what something is, that's when you need to be smarter and realize that this is your opportunity to actually get those at the price you're wanting to get. Now, does that make sense? I understand that I used Todd McFarlane Batman here, the first ever collectible, but this works for all of them. This is what happens for a lot of the collectibles. I'll try and show you with Superman as well. Let's see if he's took the same route as what we're seeing, because I think Superman fluctuated a little bit more than what Todd did. So again, we see a little bit of retractions here, but remember what we've got to take note of here is that Superman was... Todd McFarlane has been out for a lot longer than Superman, so supply has had a longer period of time to actually do. But again, Superman was way down at like 200 gems, 50 gems, 150 gems at some point. We are starting here at 1,045. We're seeing some retractions to 670, goes up to 1,350. We didn't see 670 again. We never saw the 670 again when he took that rise up to 1,350. We saw 1,000, we saw 960, we saw 1,400, we saw 1,085, but we never ever saw the 670 again. 1,900, we never saw 1,000 again. 1,900 here, we never saw this 1,000 again. We never saw it below 1,000. 1,500, 1,900, 1,500, 1,200, 1,450, 1,500, never saw it again. I doubt we ever will now. This pump up is too much for it to ever reach these lows again. Unless, of course, something massive happens, and the only way that I can see it going down by this much is if Veve get this lawsuit that just fucks them completely and the company's now bust. The only other time that I'm seeing a retraction that's high percentage is when Pokemon is released, or something on a scale like that is released on Veve. But again, even with a 6,454 price, we saw between a 10 10 and 50% decrease in collectibles when it came to Disney being released. If Pokemon is released, I see a 20 to 70% decrease in some of the collectibles depending on their price. But if even we took it now and Pokemon was announced, I think Superman would only go to about 3.5k maybe. That's round about what I would say he could low go at, even at the prices he's at now. Again, which shows us that we just don't see 1,000 again. I just don't think we see that again. He's too popular, he's too big of a character, and if you look behind it all, it's just something people want in their vault. It's something people actually want to collect. Action Comics is one of the biggest comics in the world. I think what was it, 3 million it sold for? So it's absolutely nuts. It's nuts. And I hope you can take something from this. I really hope you can take something from this, because this is what we see time and time again. Baz, thank you so much for the 5. Hello, bro. Great work. I've been following your content since the start. Thoughts and predictions on Wally and Mickey Mouse common. Amazing. Right, let me actually get onto that. We can talk a little bit about Mickey and the golden moments, because I see Elias here. Have you had a look at R2D2 yet? Held since drop. So that's fantastic, mate. I'll have a look at those. I'll actually get a look at those. And welcome in, chat, everyone who's here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I hope you're keeping well. I know I'm not too great talking with the chat right now. I'm trying to use this segment to look at the market and help you understand it more. There's a lot of new people coming in here. That means there's a lot of new money coming in here. That means there's a lot of new mistakes that you can all make. So I don't want you to make them the same way I made them when I first came in. And if I can help you understand it a little bit more quicker than I did, then it's a win-win, isn't it? You're making more money and I'm helping you make more money. So it's the common you were looking at? The common. Okay, let's have a look at it. So we've seen from here, he's took quite a run up near it, his all-time high again from the beginning, which is actually interesting to see. But yes, we have took a little dip, and what we've got to remember, right? What we've got to remember with something like Mickey at the moment is that he's not been out for long enough in order to actually establish how that run-up is going to take. Because you can see here we had the 1339 listings, 1,000 listings, and that's significantly decreased since this pump to 816 listings. But that will go back up once the retraction happens. I'd say we maybe reach about 900 listings again if a retraction was to happen right now. But something I want you to take note of, right? There was about 1,000 listings for this, okay? So we know that there's 1,000 listings with what it was. Let's take a look at Superman. 210 listings, 207 listings, 215 listings, 220. Do you see the big difference here on how much of a difference the listings can make? Supply is something that people often don't tend to look at that much. Superman has had a lot longer to actually establish itself for what it is. Mickey is going to take longer to do so. Nathan, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome in. How are you doing? This is going to take longer to establish itself as to where it's at. But once people start to realise how important Mickey is as a character, that's when we start to see the things like FOMO kicking in with Mickey. People actually really wanting to become a part of it, and then it's moving forward. Does that make sense? And let's have a look at Wally again, because I heard that Wally took a price jump today. I've got a Wally. I've got a 400 mint Wally. Kale, welcome into the members, mate. That means absolute world to me. How you doing? How are you doing? Welcome in. So let's have a look at Wally. Wally actually took a little bit of a rise, the legend. I've held Wally since when? When did I buy Wally? I think I bought Wally at, I think it was 400. Where did I get Wally at? I think I got Wally like here, 315 round about there. I got the 400 mint for like 400 at the time when everyone was selling them, and I've just held ever since. So Wally again is near enough reaching, or has actually surpassed his all-time high. We've reached the all-time high for Wally. Again, what I'm going to say to you is that Disney Golden Moments have just about got to the point where the listings are now going to really see the drive up in price. See once we reach like that 200, 300 below mark of the listings, that's when you really start to see the FOMO kick in. Because, you know, up here, there's still 600 listings. It's fine. There's plenty of room to grow. We've got plenty of time to buy it. And in all honesty, you do. You had plenty of time to buy it. You know, you did. You had 500, you had 468, you had 439. it stayed quite level. All the Disney moments stayed quite level for quite a period of time because they already took a run up after what had happened and had to take a healthy retraction because we were still not at the point where the FOMO was really kicking in for it. Now we're getting to a point where we're in that range where FOMO might start to kick in, and what have we saw? A massive increase in price and a massive decrease in listings. We're now in the range where FOMO is starting to kick in, and why I believe things like the Disney Golden Moments are potentially looking to take a little bit of a rise quite soon if we're not paying attention and not actually taking advantage of that. Now they are seemingly taking a rise now, all of them, so you might be a little late to this increase, but again, there's opportunities that are going to happen here time and time again before it's too late. Don't be the person who says, I might get it, I might try and get it, I might go for it, and then you're too late for it because you didn't take the bullet. Stay convicted in your plan. R2D2, right? I'm gonna buy when it reaches 2,100. So it reaches 2,100 here. You buy, no questions. You make that decision and you stay convicted with it. If he drops 600 after that, you've already made the decision to do it. Make the decision, stay convicted in the decision. You're more likely going to win when you've done your research and you know why things happen. This is why it's important to pay attention to the market. This is why it's important to do analysis on what you're doing. I know it might sound stupid to some people. Oh, do market analysis, like know what you're doing, understand the graphs, but you have no idea how much this pays off. And over the long run. You have no idea how much this pays off over the long run. Now, R2D2 is sitting at 426, and I think he's still got a very long way to go. What do we see with the listings? FOMO. We're under the 200 mark. Where did we hit the under 200 mark? Here. Right here. 3,099. What are we at now? 4,325. The 200 mark creates FOMO. I am going to try to test that theory more and more to see if we can make it solidified, because every time I've seen when things start to get to the 200 region, especially big things, that's when people start to realise I might not have that much longer to get these. Now, of course, things like Superman and all that came out and had lower and lower listings, that didn't have the same level of users that we do now. Remember, Veve were aiming for 65,000 users by the end of last year. Now we have 1.4 million active users on the 13th of the year after. That should already show you that the prices are moving for not only that reason, but because of now the significance of how important they are. There's a lot of factors that obviously play in it, but I want to show why that's the case. Now, let me know if you have any questions on that, because I know I chucked an absolute fuck ton of information at you there about everything that was going on with it. So, let me know if you have any questions. I'll try my best to answer them. There's a reason why looking at the market's important. You're going to call things wrong. I call things wrong all the time. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you can hit more than you fail, you're winning. You are winning. Let me actually try and catch up on some of the chat, man. Fuck me, I went on a tangent. I went on an absolute tangent, didn't I? Ice King has very little listings and only 3k mints. Let me see what Ice King's sitting at. I've got like 700 gems at the moment. I've got 800 gems actually. Ice King. There's only 65 of them in the market, and he's only 215 gems. And he can actually shoot up to 300 fairly easily. There's a sub. Fucking hell, there's a sub 500 for 289 on Ice King. That's a decent pickup, by the way, if someone's looking to get that one. There's an Ice King at 289 for a 485 mint. I'd recommend someone, if you're into Ice King, it's a fair deal. Of course, do your own fucking research, but is buying a Todd physical statue a good investment right now? Jerry, personally, if you believe that Veve is going to succeed, I think a Todd McFarlane physical is a good investment. Personally. Savage, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. How you doing? I personally think it's a good investment if you believe that Veve are going to succeed. Even and Andy, love the content. Would love your advice on whether to flip or hodl a common ASM1 for in a Final Fantasy one and Marvel Comics one. I have 40 gems in account, and that is my entire vault. Jolan, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in. How you doing? Ben, thank you for stopping by, mate. I'm glad that you enjoy the content. I would personally want to hold on to those. If you are to sell one, the one that I would choose to sell is the ASM1 one. Because Amazing Spider-Man 1 isn't actually the first appearance of Spider-Man. It's Amazing Fantasy 15 that's the first ever appearance, and I believe we're going to get that on Veve as well. So although Amazing Spider-Man 1 is the second appearance of Spider-Man, I still believe that's going to be more significant, way more than what ASM1 is. So if you need to sell something and you want to sell something to have more liquidity, my recommendation is ASM1, because Fantastic Four 1 is the first ever appearance of them, and Marvel Comics 1 is obviously the first ever appearance of the Marvel Comics. So that's my personal opinion, mate, if you're needing to sell. Thoughts on Mint 139, Todd, considering the first Todd was in 1930. Oh, that's a good one. Mohammed, how much of a jump though is it from floor price? Joker might hit 2k today. Fucking hell. I have a Joker as well. I've loved Joker. People will always be upset. Yeah, of course. People will always be upset with things that change. But at the end of the day, we need to be able to sustain ourselves. Why do you think the common Joker is selling for more than the rare? Interactive, welcome in, by the way. And the common Joker, I believe, is the first ever appearance. It's Jim Lee Joker, isn't it? So on the Veve app, Anthony, the first appearance of a character is often quite sought after, more so than like a second or third or fourth appearance, because it's his first ever appearance. So that's potentially why. I believe Jim Lee Joker's the common. Dick Sprang's the rare. Dick Sprang's the second one, isn't it? The second Joker was Dick Sprang, and it's the rare, isn't it? And Jim Lee's the common, which is the first appearance. I think I'm right in saying that. I'm pretty sure I am. Please let me gift subs like Twitch. Imagine actually they done gifted subs. I don't know if Twitch have. Do Twitch have copyright over that? I doubt you can. I doubt you can have copyright over something like that. Blue Chip have a long way to go. 1.5 million users, about 20 million users, 20 times the whales, plus Blue Chips change hands into new money and new, less paper hand. Exactly. As more... I don't really like the words like diamond hand and paper hands, but I completely understand it. It's the easy way to distinguish it, so we'll keep going with it. That as more paper hands sell and diamond hands buy, they're less likely to sell. So as that happens time and time again, as supply lowers even further, the blue chips then become way further out of reach than anyone can really do. And there comes a point where it's either people who got in really early or people who have a lot of money that can actually afford anything like that. And if Energy, welcome in, by the way. And if Veve continue to be successful and we do get the likes of 20 million users, 30 million users, 40 million users, the likes of Todd McFarlane and Superman and Batman's first appearance in like Harley Quinn and Joker and all that, they will be out of reach for the majority of an average consumer. The only people who will be able to get those are people who bought in early or people with a lot of money. That's just the way I see it. You don't get another first appearance of something, and if the app becomes as successful as we all think it's going to be, then that's just the reality of it. You know, it really is just the reality of it. Thanks, man. What do you think about Venom, Thanos, and Wolverine? Could they be blue chips when they come to Veve regarding the popularity of movies and first appearance? Definitely. I think most first appearances will be very, very good to keep a hold of. I really, really do. Carissa, welcome in. How you doing? My collectibles, welcome in. Just the second Joker went from 1500 to 1700. Fucking hell, man. I've got both. I've got Dick Sprang and Jim Lee, so I'm not too bothered, but I don't have duplicates of them, which is a little bit annoying. Cody, welcome in. How you doing? He's so scarce. Who's so scarce? I don't actually know who is scarce. Yeah, but this is why holding, or whatever you appear to be blue chips, yes. Definitely hold them. And I think most FAs will be ones that you really want to get a hold of. Especially things like Thanos, Wolverine, and Venom. They're all very popular characters. if you were to say, like, anyone who's watched a Marvel, like, or a DC film in their life, like, you're gonna know about them. You know, you're gonna know about them. If you've seen Spider-Man, you'll know Venom. If you've seen any of the Marvel movies, you know Thanos. Marvel, the Avengers was the highest grossing movies that they'd ever done, ever. And Wolverine has been a character that's been popular for decades now. You know, all three of them will be massive when they drop on Veve. And if you can take advantage now and learn how the market works when those are released, you might be able to snag some on a good deal. What do you think the best time to buy for flips? The best time to buy for flips. This is a really challenging one. You can never really know exactly when it is. It's just like, you know what it's like? It's just like the... MJ, welcome in, how you doing? It's just like stocks. You can't guess the bottom and you can't guess the top. It's just not possible. You just can't do that. It's not possible. But there are often triggers that happen that make something move in a way that it does, right? So over the last few days, we had a massive pump up in Todd, Superman, and Spider-Man, okay? We saw no real movement on the Disney Golden Moments when they kind of should have. The time to pull the trigger was when they were pumping up and Disney Golden Moments weren't moving. Now Disney Golden Moments are moving, people think they've lost out on that, but there are then other deals on the market that are happening right now that may trigger an increase in those before a retraction happens. So it's about understanding where triggers occur and why they occur in certain instances. And one of the things that you can actually do, and one of the things that helps me, is by looking on social media. See Twitter, people talk a lot about what they're doing, what's going on, what's happening in the market, and that creates more FOMO. Look at what the YouTubers are doing. Look at what they're talking about. I said, right, when I'm actually gonna bring it up, and see if I can actually compare. I'm gonna see if I can compare something. When did I do it? Was it 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, right? Which was, when was 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago, the 30th. So let's try this. So 2 weeks ago, okay? There weren't that many people, but there were a few talking about Storm. Right? They were talking about Storm and how she should be more valued than she was at the time. Now Storm 2 weeks ago on the 30th of December was at 37 gems. Right? 37 gems. So in the live stream that I done 2 weeks ago, I said to everyone in here, and you'll remember if you're here, that Storm will become higher when people start talking about her more. When YouTubers start creating content on her, and when Twitter starts speaking about her more. Over the next week, I believe there were 3 different YouTubers that I saw who started creating content on Storm. And then on Twitter, I saw consistently a lot of people talking about them buying Storm. Storm's now at 100 gems. So there are always opportunities on the market. It's just about knowing where to look and when to look. Pro tip, Saturday 7 AM GMT is the quietest time on Wiki, so probably VV2. Best time to buy, peak is Wednesday at 9 PM, best time to sell. What a fucking amazing thing. What an amazing thing to take note of. What an amazing... I'm going to fucking write that down. I'm actually going to write that down. Where can I even write that down that makes it that I see it every day? Where is that? Now that's something I'm going to be bringing that up a lot more. Veve. What have we got here? Let me just copy and paste that. Love it. Because now we're going to be able to know how to read it more in terms of buying and selling, and we'll create a little thing over time where we'll look at those different times, see what the prices are at, and see if we can create a strategy around it. That allows us to determine things even further. Learn more about our strategy and how to use it to the best of our advantage. Don't chase pumps. Chase what will pump next as the money spills over. Yes, mate, exactly. Yo, Collectibles, thank you so much. Thank you so much, mate. I was saying to the chat when we first started, like, reaching 5k is just nuts. Is absolutely nuts, mate. The fact that we're even at that stage already just blows my mind. It absolutely blows my mind, seriously. Like, I am beyond blessed to be able to have this opportunity of sharing this journey with all of you as we move forward here. So thank you so much to everyone who's here, who's supporting the channel, and who's enjoying the content, because you've helped me change my life in so many ways, and I'm hoping I can help you change your own life as well. I really, really do. Yo, Sadiq! FE Harley Quinn Red, White and Black series with only 750 minted is a sleeper, and Harley Quinn FE is undervalued in comparison to the market. Yes, there are definitely good deals at the moment with Harley Quinn. I'm actually selling my common Harley Quinn at the moment in order to make sure I can get up to the 1k if I start the 1k to resale. But yeah, it'll definitely be, it's definitely a good pickup. Harley Quinn is popular. Not as popular as some of the other characters, but definitely something that people are after. Eric, thank you so much for joining the members. That means the absolute world to me. Thank you so much, mate. How are you doing today? Write it down on your whiteboard. Oh, that's a good shout. That's a very good shout. I'll do it after, and I'll try and make it as like, so that people can see it when they're watching the streams. I'll try and do it. I need to get back to work, so I'm signing off. Have a great day, everyone. Ninja, have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really do appreciate you being here. I got a Mojo Jojo. Nice, mate. I've had Mojo Jojo for so long. I do think that they'll all have their time. I think they'll all have their time where they'll get their limelight. Again, this is something to take note of. Think of what's pumping at the moment. Everything else, think of what's not pumping at the moment. Things like Adventure Time, things like Cartoon Network stuff, I've not really seen them take that much of a rise. Maybe this could be your time to get into something that you can make a little bit of profit on and only have a 2.5% transaction fee. Could be a thing to look at. Yo, Michael! Holy crap, mate! It's always lovely to hear someone on my side of the pond telling facts about Veve. Keep up the good work, mate. Michael, that means the world to me. Thank you so much. How are you doing today? You're live, I am. How are you doing, Sweezy? Welcome in. Anonymous Sniper, can you check Uncommon Mickey? Yeah. We can have a look at Uncommon Mickey. We had a look at Common, and it's probably going to be the same details that we're seeing with the Common and the Uncommon right now. It's probably going to be the same ones that we're looking at and what we're sort of understanding. But there's one thing that I'm gonna like take note of here that I think is very, very important. Altogether now is at 7k, right? The Uncommons at 700 and the Commons at 585. I think that's a little bit too big of a price difference to be justified, personally. Personally, I do. I think that's a little bit too much of a price difference to be justified. I think we see a potential run-up of these two if this continues to run up. Right, and here's the other thing we're gonna test out a little bit more. Interactive, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in, mate. I really do appreciate that. Here's the other thing we're gonna test out a little bit more, okay? We're looking at the listings. We're just about to reach the under 300 mark, and we're taking quite a significant rise in that. With the Uncommon, we're still at about the 600 mark, so give it a little bit of time. Wait until those listings have gone down, and you'll probably see this easily. I could easily see that go to about 1.3. I just feel there's too much of a price difference. I understand it's not got animation and it doesn't whistle. I get that. But for how significant these are, I could still see them. I could see them rising to a good place. I could still see them rising to a good place personally. I just think there's too significant of a price jump. I think there's room to grow with it personally. I think there's room to grow with it. Once you get the right hands, then prices ain't dropping. Exactly, mate. Once it gets into the right hands, it just won't really move that much anymore. What do you think the lowest resale will go back to? See, this is the problem, because I don't think resale will drop that much anymore. I think maybe like 20k. Maybe 15. Maybe not even 15, to be honest with you, mate. Maybe not even 15. I genuinely don't think. I just don't know. I think there's gonna come a point where too many diamond hands are holding them, and then they just don't go down that much. Unless Pokemon gets released. Because once Pokemon gets released, there will be a big drop. I know there will. There was a big drop for Disney. Pokemon's bigger than Disney. Pokemon's the most successful company in the world in regards to like collectibles and anything like that. Once that drops, there will be a big drop. There definitely will be a big drop. It just, too many people know and want Pokemon for it to not happen. Have you analysed Walt? I've not actually analysed Walt, but we can look at Walt Kill. I'll have a look at Walt after I've caught up in a little bit of these. I bought 3 Zombie Captain Americas this morning. What did you get them for, collectibles? What was it you bought for them, and what are they now? And what, an uncommon Spidey? Oh, nice. Up for 1.5k. I just skipped that off if you like the nice numbers. I'm not actually looking to get into the Spidey right now. I've got an 879 Spidey, so I'm alright with that. Hey Andy, I recently started purchasing cheaper Season 1 collectibles. So I bought all the Ultraman 2D cover art except the Secret Rare. What are your thoughts on these long term? Honestly, Eric, if we can get localization where the Asian market comes into this, you're going to be sitting on an absolute gold mine, mate. You're going to be sitting on an absolute gold mine. And I even still believe that they will be things people will buy, like just in general. They're really lovely posters, they're well designed, and they're done by different artists. So again, they can add some forms of utility if they really wanted to for them. I think they could be great, mate. I really do think they could be great, and I think they're a good move. I used to have the Ultraman stuff, but I sold it off a while back. I don't personally look at it that much, but see if we get localization, you're absolutely in the money, mate. You are in the money. You will win. You will win that one. I just bought an Elsa 8400 for 2150 to complete this set. Nice, mate. I love that. Absolutely love that. I need Mickey's hat and the Avengers logo to complete the set. But I sold the Mickey's hat in order to get the Deadpool series, and I've made way more money like with all of them that I've bought to actually get to the place that I'm at now. I'm probably going to sell the Deadpool Secret Rare if it takes a good run up. It's been actually low in supply quite significantly over the last few days, and I bought it at 1600. I bought like a 347 mint for 1600, and I think the minimum price right now is 2.9k or something like that. So I'm thinking maybe if I can get like 4k for it, I'll take the deal on that, and then wait to get more deals that are coming on the market and try to make more money through other means. But I'm not 100% sure if I want to sell it just yet, because if they announce that you can take off the jumper and the hat for Deadpool, it will be game over. It will rise significantly. What do you think of the Batman Who Laughs? That was incredible Dark Knight series. Where do you see the FA going? If they announce him in some form of like show or movie, Batman Who Laughs will be amazing. I think he's one of the most beautiful Batman on the app. The detail is incredible. I think we've just got to see where it goes from here and where it will move, you know. I've got one personally. I used to have like 5, but I did sell them as the price moved up. I'll post a visual on Twitter. Nice. Love it. Absolutely love it. Lux, thank you so much, mate. Do you think these collectibles will drop in price? Yes. Yeah. The market has to have a retraction. You can't have a run up like this without a retraction. It's just inevitable. So if you can take some profits right now, and you're comfortable with taking some profits on certain things, take some profits. It's always important to take profits. Know where you set a price at. Know where you set a cap at that you're willing to sell something and you're comfortable at selling it at. You know, like I sold a Batgirl today. I have 4 Batgirls. I sold a Batgirl for 180 today. I bought them all for like 60. You know, there's nothing wrong with taking profits. And when there's highs, take profits. When everyone's scared, buy in. Everyone is buying in at the moment because they're all thinking, oh, the market's going up, the market's booming. You don't have to buy when the market's booming. Be smart with your investments. See what's not booming at the moment. Buy into those. When they pump up and things take a retraction, sell them off, buy things you want, get to your blue chips. Like, it's all about that cycle. Things have got to take a dip. When they rise up this much, you're likely to see a retraction. You're likely to see a retraction for it. And I believe this will be the exact same. We've saw retractions before. When things pump up, things retract. I have 70 gems. What do you suggest to buy? Keep some of your gems for the drops. Make sure you've got enough for the drops. If you are trading anything at the moment, trade something that has the 2.5% transaction fee. If you're looking to hold for the long term with 70 gems, Marvel Mighties is probably the best route to go. But again, 70 gems, you're more likely looking to do some trading at the moment to build that liquidity up and get more. Your reaction to my Twitter save for me selling R2D2 and Elsa from a Superman? Yes! Love it, Poms. Absolutely loving me. Also, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. I'm glad that you decided to keep R2D2 and Elsa. I get that Superman was pumping up, but Elsa and R2D2 hadn't moved when you talked about it, and they were bound to move with how popular they were. And look at them now; they both moved. They might not be the same as Superman, but you've got to, again, think of, tax. You've got to think of the emotional stress that it causes you. You've got 2 blue chips compared to 1. There's a lot of things to take it, and there's nothing wrong with selling. Like, I want that to make that clear. There's never anything wrong with selling. Sell when you have your plan of selling, but know why you're doing it and stay convicted to that. What are your thoughts on the Christmas postal cards price prediction? They're actually sitting quite low at the moment. I've got none personally, but I do want to get some of those to see what they do. I really want the first appearance of the stamps, the first ever ones, but I think the Christmas ones will always take like a run up in seasonal, like at Christmas. And we've not really had that yet, because I think things like Deadpool and that will be given as Christmas gifts to people. And Groot and all that. So if you're someone who thinks long term, I think they could be really, really good. I honestly think they could be really, really good. Hey Andy, congrats on all your collectibles. How are you feeling making a substantial amount of money on something so enjoyable? I joined in November, but this has been life changing. Mate, Mido, I kind of feel weird that I'm enjoying something so much where I can make money. I don't know if anyone else feels that way. Like, I feel kind of weird that I'm able to do this and actually really enjoy it whilst I'm making money. And I get that some people are going to have the thing, oh, it's not money, you can't take it out. Well, you can if you do through escrow. There's absolutely nothing wrong with doing through escrow. Just make sure you go through trusted processes. Because Veve have nothing to do with escrow. So if you do it, you're doing it at your own risk. So you can take your money out if you really want. But I'm really, really enjoying everything that's doing it. I'm still in OpenSea projects, just not as much because OpenSea's a lot weirder when it comes to it. But I've been really, really enjoying it, mate. And it is life-changing. It's been a lot of fun. I can tell you that for free. What do you think of the designer con stuff? Especially, even seems low since millions of people coming only for 888. King, I think there's a reason that they are maybe different in prices in regards to other stuff. One of the main ones is just because of IP. IP has so much backing when it comes to things like DC, Marvel, and Disney. They have a lot more backing than an individual artist. So although I totally agree, some things are probably going to rise, I think people just have more conviction when it comes to things like IP. I'm the same. I don't buy many designer con stuff. I have the Bunny Wave from, is it Cosmic? And I have the Tristan Eaton's OG Devils. I have 4 of those. I just feel more convicted when it comes to things like Disney and Marvel and DC and that, just purely because of the backing that they've had and the length of time they've been able to establish themselves as a powerhouse in this space. Adastros, I stopped my brother from selling his ultra rare Storm. He won it on the drop and was going to sell it after seeing it doing so poorly. Had to smack him to get him to listen. I'm glad he listened to you. Because he'll be reaping the rewards now for it. Usually holding is the best move to do. Things work in cycles. Things drop when people don't really see the value in it originally. And it's when no one sees the value in it is when you actually buy. Can you please look at the secret rare Mermicano Shark Bite? I bought one yesterday for 450 at 674 mint. I think they're already at 500 or something. Mermicano Season 2 is so much undervalued. Best and cheapest MCP farm, just like Eternals and Cryptkins. People forget about good MCP set farms. Yeah, they do. Mark my words, it will change view sets in the long term. Ja, I completely agree, mate, and I'm actually planning on making a video on that. I bought Mermicano Season 2 set, and I also bought like 6 uncommons and 5 commons. They are very, very good. Not only for MCP, but just in general, just in general sets. I'm actually going to look at what Sharkbite's sitting at right now. I don't actually know what they're sitting at. Sharkbite is at 523 now. 523 already, and it has took quite a price jump. Listings are already under the 300 mark, and we're seeing the price jump. So I'm the same as you, mate. I'm planning on buying more of them. because of what they are. People are not seeing the value in the Merma Corners at the moment. The set of 8 could be completed for, what was it, like 800 gems. People don't see the value in things when no one's paying attention to them. No one's paying attention to the Merma Corners at the moment. I get that they might not be the most significant thing in the world, but Tokidoki are a big company, and they know what they're doing. They're a successful company. So to me as well, mate, I think they're undervalued. Everyone else is talking about other things. I'm focusing on the places that aren't pumping up as much, and that's what I'm buying as I sell some of the things that are pumping up, so that I've got more liquidity when they go down again and I can buy them back for cheaper. What do we think about Groot? Do we think Groot will climb? I think Groot will climb. Guardians of the Galaxy is an extremely popular franchise. Groot is also the cutest out of them all and is the best character for sure. I think people are just a little bit upset about the Christmas stuff. Once they get over that phase of, oh, it's got Christmas stuff on it, then they'll realise, oh, it's actually one of the biggest franchises in Marvel. I'm going to buy it. And it's also an FA. So, yeah, I think it's undervalued. I actually might pick up some more. Only issue right now is obviously when you're paying for something, you have to think of Marvel tax. So you're paying 8.5%. So your profits aren't going to climb as high until it's actually climbing higher, meaning you probably have to hold for longer in order to do so. So there are things to take into consideration, of course, but maybe actually something that I might pick up a little bit more of at the moment. When you look at selling that Deadpool, I'm maybe interested in the mint. We can maybe work something out. Michael, give me a shout, mate. Give me a shout on Twitter. I'll let you know when I'm selling it. I'll tell people when I'm selling it anyway, just to make sure. What is Deadpool actually sitting at the moment? Gamma! Holy crap, thank you. I didn't even see that. Sorry, it's not come up. I don't know if it was meant to come up now. Have a sub 500 mint ultra rare Steamboat Willie. Would you hold that or move to pick up other assets? What other assets would you look to pick up? Because that's an amazing collectible you've got right there. So what's your plan? What other... Thank you for the 5, by the way. What's your plan with it? What else would you want to pick up? Deadpool. So Deadpool Secret Rare sitting at 2.6k right now. It was actually at 3, but I think it's dropped down. I think someone's... I don't know if someone's put it up. I'll see actually what's on... Because the Komi Wiki is updated every hour. So I'll see what it's actually sitting at, what its floor is actually at right now. It's been hovering between like 2 and 3k. So it's at 2.8k at the moment. It's 2.8k at the moment. And there's not that much to take it to 4k. There's actually not that much to take it to 5k. There's only 102 on the market. If people decide to buy into Deadpool, he will rise quite quickly because there's really not that many. And it's the same. I talked about this with Deadpool Common and why I bought so much. People were sleeping on them like there was no tomorrow. In the last week, I've been paying attention to Deadpool the last week. His listings have went from 1.1k to 650 in less than a week. 1.1k to 650. That's near enough halved in 1 week. He's now sitting at 170 gems. That's what Deadpool Common's sitting at. I easily seen that reaching 250, and then maybe in like 2 months being a 500 collectible. Deadpool was popular. People don't realise that. Deadpool's manga was the most popular it was released last year. It had 658,000 views in the first like day that it was released. The movies had 1.5 billion gross, with Deadpool 1 having like 780 million at the box office and Deadpool 2 730 million. When do you really see a movie that's sequel has the same like worldwide box office as what it gets? Deadpool is an incredibly popular character and has another movie coming out. It will continue to grow in popularity. It will continue to grow in popularity. So for me, that was a no-brainer to buy at like 100, between like 90 and 120 I bought at. I know he went down to 60. I didn't actually have any liquidity to buy. But for me personally, I just think that was the right decision to make. I saw no reason as to why he couldn't grow. Have you ever thought of making a Discord with Veve calls? We'd be more than happy to pay a subscription for it. Daniel, I have like thought about making a Discord. Maybe not paid. I don't really know. If I am going to charge for something, I'd want to add something else to it that would make it more worthwhile. So I don't know how many of you know, like outside of this, outside of content creation and what I do, I'm working towards helping people with their habits when it comes to their business. So one of the most important things in your life are the habits that you have. And I think if you are able to build successful habits in your life, you're able to build a successful life and a happier life. It's one of those things like, you know, if you win the lottery, 90% of people like go back to being broke because their money habits are terrible. I sort of want to transition myself into helping people build good money habits as well as good habits for themselves in their lives in the NFT space to push forward with their life. So I sort of want to mix Veve and NFTs with that sort of thing. So if I'm ever to do like a paid group or an NFT itself, I would really want to bring in something like that where I could help people in their actual life as well as learning how to have better individual decisions when it comes to things like Veve and that sort of stuff. But of course, that takes a while to actually plan, do, and set up and make sure that it's actually valuable to people. I love talking about habits. I love helping people with their habits because they're actually a lot easier than people think. But it's because we're never taught how to build good habits. No one really has good habits. And I would really want to be that gap where I help people have better money habits for their life, as well as habits for their own life to make their life better and more enjoyable, whilst also making money in the NFT and Web3 era that we're moving into, you know? So, like, yes, I know when it comes to like a Discord paid group, it's not really my first thought process. I'd want to go way over and above for something like that. If I were to charge people for that sort of information, I'd make sure that I would want to help change their life if they were paying something like that, you know? That's what I would want to do personally. So, like, it's a yes and no answer. I know it wasn't really dead set on the Discord stuff, but it's a sort of in the middle, you know? Bought 20 Coralines yesterday, first go to stacking, bought them all under 20, only 4 gems above retail. What do you think? Love it, mate. Absolutely love it. I've only had a few goes at stacking as well, and they've all paid off quite well. If you've done your research, mate, then I should see no issue as to why it couldn't do well. Coraline is the common from the Mermicornos, if I'm not mistaken. So there's 900 total listings, 24. I think it will take some time for the listings to go down with Coraline, but see, as the listings go down, if you're willing to hold for a little while, I see no issue as to why you couldn't make some good money on that, especially when you've only got the 2.5% transaction fee, you know? How do you bring yourself to trade things? I've only got 31 collectibles, but can't bring myself to sell them. I get that, mate. I totally understand that. It all juggle for me. It all comes down to my plan. You know, why I'm doing certain things. So I sold, like, what did I sell today? I sold a Batgirl today. I'm also selling my ultra rare glider from James Bond. The reason I'm selling those is because I believe that the money that I can make outside of that will be more than what those prices will rise in the time that I can use that money to help it rise. So when I have my plan of what I'm going to do, that's when I'm okay with selling certain things. So now, see with like Todd and Superman and that, I won't sell them because I just don't think I can make the same amount of money at the same pace right now the way that they're going up and will continue to rise. But something like the ultra rare glider for the James Bond, I do. That's where I sort of make sure my plan is solid for that to help me do just that. You know what I mean? That, I don't know if that makes sense. What can you suggest under 500 gems to last long term? 500 gems, under 500. Some comics will be good for under 500. You know, you could buy like Fantastic Four 1, Fantastic Four 5, ASM 1, Marvel Comics 1 even for that. You've got Marvel Mighties that are good long-term holds. Batman Black and White. You've got a lot actually to choose from in terms of under 500. Deadpool's a good one as well. You've got quite a lot to choose from under 500. Thanks for the feedback, the way they look in my vault as well. Yeah, I love that, mate. I love that. You've got to buy for what you enjoy as well. I just FOMO'd into the Bart skateboard. I'm just going to wait for the wall and wait for on R2. No, fair enough. I still do believe they will take a dip. I still think they have a few dips that they could take that you'll be able to get at a decent price. So set a level that you're okay with buying at, and if it goes there, buy it, and you'll stay convicted in your plan. Was it stupid to sell the Jaunty Jig and buy when the dip happens? It's not stupid to do. The only thing is you've always got to take into consideration, right? There's a few things that I always do when I'm thinking of selling something that's big and trying to buy it back when a dip happens. You never know the high. You also never know the low. You've got to take the emotional stress into account that you're going to be checking this price consistently now, thinking I should have not sold, I should have bought, etc. You've got emotional stress when it comes to it. You've then got more time you're spending on the app and actually like waiting for the price to go down, and therefore you have to stay convicted in what you're doing. So if you're planning on selling, great. Just know that comes with selling it and when you're trying to buy it back. If you feel that it's just not worth it, then there's nothing wrong with selling. You know, there's nothing wrong with keeping, nothing wrong with keeping. Should I sell my ultra rare Steamboat Mickey and buy back later? I mean, it's like 7k. If you need to take profit and you want to take profit, by all means go for it. But just know that it's your plan and that's what you're sticking with. I always feel that's the most important thing. Should I sell my Invisible Woman FA 913 for? I bought it for 100. I always just check the mints. Check the mints on the market. See what people are selling it at around, and then just adjust accordingly. It's 50 gems, Rens. 50 gems on the blind box on Saturday. Thank you, Samuel and Hollow, for letting them know. What's blue chips? So, Ed, when people class blue chips as sort of the biggest collectibles that will be on the app, people suggest things like the partner statue, which is the first ever appearance of Walt and Mickey, being a blue chip, Todd McFarlane Batman, which is the first ever Batman on the platform as a blue chip, Secret Rare Spider-Man, the first ever Spider-Man on the app. Like, that's what they class as blue chips at the moment anyway, but I feel we've not really got a significant, like an actual definition yet of what we could class as that and why. Because like prices differ when it comes to blue chips and all that sort of stuff. So I would say significant drops are what people class blue chips are right now anyway. Man, what's better, Marvel's one rare at 1500 or Joker at 1800? Oh, that is a hard choice actually. That is quite a hard choice. I won't lie to you, mate. I won't lie to you. I'm gonna say Marvel's 1. That's what I'm gonna say Marvel's 1 personally. That's what I'm gonna say. What's your thoughts on the James Bond poster? They're good, but posters never really go down that well on Veve, not at the moment anyway. I've got them. I've got one in the sets of the posters. I'm not really thinking about it as a profit one, more so it's just cool. How long until you think there will be a dip in the market? I'm holding the Star Wars set to see, starting to wonder if I take my money. Blair, there's nothing wrong with taking your money, mate. No one knows the highs and no one knows the lows. Like, we can't judge that. We just don't know when it's going to happen. We don't know when people are going to stop buying and when people are going to start selling and taking some profits. Just have a price that you're okay with selling at and sell it there. You know, you're never going to guess the high or the low. You've just got to set a price that you're happy with and you're convicted with and follow through with it. Can you name a trusted group that you can sell gems to? I'm not actually in any group that sells escrow like through that at the moment, so I couldn't actually tell you, mate. I'm sorry. So if anyone in the chat knows like trusted methods, then let them know, but I don't actually know any personally, mate, as I don't sell on escrow just yet. I've not sold anything escrow. I don't actually have anything that I could give you that would help. Sorry about that. Thanks for all your positive input, Dan. Thank you, mate. I really do appreciate that. Groot already has climbed and will continue. Has he? Fuck. I wasn't actually paying attention to Groot, so I never knew what the price was at. But I knew he was sitting at like 50 for a long time. Well, not a long time. A longer time than I thought he would at. That was Ultraman 2 weeks ago. He's popping off now, but let's not ignore the fact that Com was 140 last week, Ace was 300, and Edo was 600 loaded up. Willow, and you were smart to do so, mate. You were smart to do so. Lincoln, welcome in. How are we doing? Carl, welcome in. Beyond, welcome in. How are we doing? Nick, welcome in. David, thank you so much for stopping by. John, welcome in. Thom, welcome in. By the way, I'm taking so long to talk to chat. I know, I understand. Like I'm behind on chat and I'm not getting to everyone. But if you've been here for a couple of weeks, you'll know that I'm doing my best to get to everyone and answering as many questions as I can in the best way I possibly can as well. My holy grail is the Todd. What's the maximum percentage of my collection I should consider selling it for? I wouldn't want to obliterate it just for one collectible, even if it is the Todd. If I were planning to buy a Todd and I knew that it was something that was going to hold for years on end, then I would probably say something like the maximum I would go is 40% of my collection. Anything above that, you know, I'm not really comfortable with doing that if I was to get it. I appreciate your take on Tokidoki. I went in last week and stacked them 30 Aquarium. Yes, just waiting on the pump while people start to realise they're undervalued. Mate, I personally do believe they're undervalued, and I will admit, like, I've bought quite a few of them as well. I've got the full set, and I've got quite a few of them, and I'll probably be stacking up even more. They're a 2.5% transaction fee on Veve as well. They're quite popular. They're quite popular in general. I see them I do see them rising, personally. They've only been out for like a week, you know? They've already grown, and they've only been out for a week. It's got a long time. Thoughts on Mighty's gamification? I do believe it's coming. It might take longer than people expect, though. I still think it'll be maybe like 2 years out, something like that. Again, it's a hard one to judge. It seems like Veve's already thought about this, and that they're already in talks with companies. So I do believe it will come. It's just when, you know, that's hard. That's the hard one to actually. That's the hard one to judge. Currently don't own any GMs. I feel like I'm missing a big opportunity. Do you think there'll be a pullback, or should I just buy now? What was Golden Moments? The Golden Moments are taking quite a pump up right now. I've not done enough. I've not looked at them enough to see if they're going to continue to rise. But there's bound to be a retraction soon. There's bound to be a retraction soon with just the market in general, which pumped up a lot recently. Deadpool Ultra Rare moved hard in the last hour, did it? I don't actually... The stupid thing is, I have the Secret Rare in 9 commons, but I don't have any of the other ones. I actually have the uncommon, but I don't have the rare or the Ultra Rare. But I didn't have the gems at that time to do it. In your experience, do you ever think Walt will go below 10k in the future? What's he at now? 25k? I just don't see people really putting it lower than that anymore, no. Personally, I just don't. Should I still keep holding a Johnny Jig? If you've not got anything else that you want to buy, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. Johnny Jig price prediction, I think it will always be under partners, but I still do think it will take the same like levels that it will. You know, they'll rise together, but partners has been out for longer than the Johnny Jig, and Johnny Jig has more additions. So I reckon they will be in partnership, but they'll be like a graph that will be lower than them. Both go up at the same time, but it won't be higher than partners, personally, in my opinion. I'm holding 10 New Mutants 98, hoping it follows collectibles price. I like that, mate. I've got, I think I've got 35 of them. I seen the price of them. I bought them at like 15, and I just knew like they're quite a good. It's quite a good comic in general. Deadpool's popular. You know, I done the same. Think it'd be a good sell and take profits at 6.2k, mate. If you need to take profits, you take profits. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'm never gonna say anything wrong with someone taking profits. Do you think things will continue pumping? I think some things will, but we have to have a retraction. You know, there has to be a healthy retraction. When there's a pump, there has to be a healthy retraction. So that's just the way it is. Let's collaborate. I have the same thought perspective, mate. Give me a shout. Give me some of your ideas. How do you see the Veveverse developing over the next few years onwards? There's meant to be a lot of new developments in VR, AR over the next coming years, and a lot more money being pumped into it. You've got companies like Meta who are now going to be working on their own as well. I think there'll be massive developments over the next few years. I really, really do think there'll be a lot of developments over the next few years. When is Pokemon? Devin, we've not been announced Pokemon. No one knows if we actually have Pokemon. I personally believe we already have it, and they're just waiting at the right time to announce it, which I think will maybe be like end of this year, maybe next year. But I do believe them had them. Some of the Season 2 Memory Corners look like... Some of the Season 2 Memory Corners are beautiful. Some of them are absolutely beautiful. The common and uncommon, in particular, they have like the fish inside their head. I think they're awesome. FA joking is pumping, but do you think Dick Sprang will be more valuable eventually because it's more? That's when it comes to like the scarcity demand sort of thing. I think more people are going to judge Joker on his FA because he's the FA, but I still do think Dick Sprang will be amazing because he's the rare and he has a lot less additions. So I think they'll both do really well. What aspects of Veve keep you hooked? The community, the collectibles that I can now collect without it ruining any physical space, the vaults, the trading, and yeah, you could obviously say like the monetary aspect, that's always a plus as well. I still think I'd be on Veve with with minimal like profits, because I've always been a minimalistic person and really enjoyed like what collecting as a whole, but I never wanted to take up all space in my room. So I really enjoy the fact that I can collect stuff and it doesn't take up space. That's something I've always loved about it. I sell my Ultra Mickey for 7k. What's your opinion? If you want to take profits, mate, take profits. If you need it for something else, if you want to take money out, great. If you are wanting to buy something else, fantastic. Know why you're selling. Like, have a reason as why you're selling. Top Killer, welcome in, mate. Lewis, how you doing? Spider-Man Ultra Rare so undervalued, should be at 20k. What's it at now? Is it 10? Is that what it's sitting at? Beyond, I'm doing amazing though, mate. Thank you so much for asking when you joined. How are you? How are you doing today? Anyone know what the last confirmed Secret Air Spider-Man sales were? I don't actually. I don't have the... I don't know that, unfortunately. I know Dr. Profit bought one at 52k, like, yesterday. That's the last one I know. Common, uncommon comics excluded from diminishing in the MCP. Danny, thank you so much for the subscription. Welcome in, how are you doing? Is common, uncommon comics excluded from diminishing in the MCP? They changed it, didn't they? I think it's just the commons. Master Collector Program. I think it's just the commons. I don't think it's the uncommons, mate. Might be. Might be wrong. Lushy! Lady I'm here! Andy Superman or Steamboat Willie Ultra Rare? Superman. I'm choosing Superman. Thank you so much, Lushy, for the 5, by the way. I'm choosing Superman, personally. We've only had one of Superman. If he continues to be scarce, that will drive it up even further. There's only 8,888 editions. Superman's the second most popular superhero in the world. I understand Mickey is extremely popular, but we're going to get more Mickeys in the future. If they keep Superman scarce as he is, I see him driving up very, very quickly. Personally, I would choose Superman. But again, it's your decision. If duplicate comics, rarities, rare, ultra rare, and secret rare are held, these will be subject to diminishing points. Commons and uncommons are excluded. Yes, you're right. You're totally right, mate. Commons and uncommons are excluded. But what I've found from people who have done more research than I have, the rares are the ones that you're going to get the most points when it comes to MCP just in general. So if you can get one rare and then you go for maybe uncommons or commons, you might be good on that set if your focus is the Master Collector program. I sold a Deadpool Ultra Rare at 600. I feel bad, mate. Sometimes we all make those mistakes. That's what we call tuition fees in this place. You make those mistakes, you learn from them, and you don't make them again. That's how you move forward. That's how you make more money in the future as well. Catrascio, thank you so much. What do you think about Ugly Sweater Deadpool and Eternals Mighties? Deadpool and Eternals, both I think will take good rises. Eternals has not been out for as long, and Deadpool has been out for even less of a time. I've talked about Deadpool in quite a few of my videos and live streams. I think Deadpool is still severely undervalued. People have this thing in their head that because he has a Christmas jumper, it's ruined them. Don't know how. If there's any character in the world where a Christmas jumper makes sense, it's Deadpool. He's a weird guy and a weird superhero / not superhero. I think it fits perfectly for his persona, and I think that is severely I think that will jump eventually, and I also think the Eternals, if they're linked to games in the future, will be something people will desperately want. I've stacked up on quite a few of the Marvel Mighties for that reason in particular. I've done that ages ago. Just because it's the case, you know what I mean? Just because that's what I wanted to do. Marland, welcome into the membership. Thank you so much for joining. I really, really do appreciate that. How are you doing today, mate? How are you doing? Picked up 10 MC1 commons. Will follow Spidey common collectible to 1k. I'm actually planning on picking up some more if I do sell something. Because MC1 is what I want more of. I've got 8 at the moment. And I do want more. I have sold some off over time. I think I had 15 in the beginning, but I sold them as they got increased, and that's perfectly fine. Have you heard about Neo Tokyo? Any thoughts on it? I have. I think Neo Tokyo has created the most amount of money for any project for its users when it comes to that sort of stuff. So fair play to them. Most passive amount of money, I think it is. Fair play to him. He's absolutely bossed that. He's absolutely bossed that. By far. Fuck, where am I? C3PO end of year price. What is he sitting at right now? I don't even know what he's sitting at. C3PO. Ah, he's not coming up. PO. PO. That work? Has it worked? Oh, because it's the dash after that. I didn't put the dash. That's my bad, guys. My bad. He's at 1900 right now. C3PO, end of the year. Wow, that's quite a long way away. Right, we'll go a bullish and a more conservative one, right? We'll go a bullish and a conservative one. Conservative, I'll say 5k. Bullish, 15. Yeah, I'll go for that. I'll go for that, mate. What about yourself? East, thank you so much for the subscription, mate. Welcome on, how you doing? Been looking at MCP like you did. Did you notice the ratios for MCP points for comics are trying to follow the ratio of rarity to the common? Yes, I did see that actually. 21,000 commons, 2.25. It is interesting that they actually chose that linking. And I wondered if they meant it. I mean, it kind of makes sense that they would, but it might have just been a subconscious thing. Do you have a rule of thumb you use to list or buy mints below 1,500, 180 in relation to the floor? I do, Thorn. Is it Thorn? No, it's just Thumb. I do, but I actually don't know, like, the percentage-wise of what I would do. I think, like, what I usually do is I look at the floor, right? And then I look at what people are pricing at, like, the sub-100s or the sub-1000s. And then I try to compare them to others that have the same, like, sort of collectible, what their floors are sitting at, and then what their sub-1000s are sitting at, and then see if there's a big gap, and maybe why there's a bigger gap. So I don't actually have, like, a percentage for you, but I do have that. I just do it sort of as I'm in the moment, you know? I actually might plan on coming up with, like, an actual routine of percentages, but I don't currently have one. Call it now, BMO from Adventure Time will go off. Violet's cheap at 95. I'm probably going to buy the first set. Actually, maybe not I've not got Marceline, so I won't be able to buy the first set. But I might buy some of the other ones and do it. Think in terms of first-person perspective with these. Yeah, definitely. Will you be putting money into the app again, or just use what you already have to put into any gains made? Beyond, it's a good question. Oh, holy crap, I didn't even see that. Yo, thank you so much, Catracho. By the way, been loving the content. Thank you for the info you pass on to us. Thank you so much, mate, for the kind words. I really, really do appreciate that. I hope you're having an amazing day so far. I hope you're having an absolutely incredible Thursday. Beyond, I will probably only put money into Veve, like, from my bank again, when they drop Pokemon, and if there's a trading card game released, that's when I'll put more money into it. The other way that I'm going to buy NFTs on Veve is my Omi. See, once they do Omi to NFT, that's when I'll buy more NFTs with my Omi. So, yes and no. At the moment, no. But in the future, yes, 100%. 100% I will. Do you think Disney NFTs will give us access to Disney World Resort or maybe exclusive benefits? I think we will get exclusive benefits in the future if they see the level that Veve can rise to by doing so. The problem is Disney don't need to give us anything because Disney are Disney. They have so much power already, and they already sold out all of their collectibles. Why would they need to? It comes a point where, like, how forward thinking are their advisors and the people who are controlling that? And how much do they actually want to give back to the people who are users of it, you know? I think it comes down to a lot of varying factors. I do believe there could be things, but it's hard, mate. It's a tough one, you know? I would need to see if Disney have ever given out any other form of utility for other things in their past, and we can see what they're sort of like. I've been told that Disney haven't done that much, but I'll need to do more research to see if that's the case, to be honest with you, mate. Would you recommend I sell anything if I primarily own only blue chips? No, not really. I know it's hard because you're sort of sitting in the sidelines at that point and you can't really do much. If there's any other way that you can put a little bit of money in to start trading with, instead of like to trade your way up to blue chips and still go in for the drops, then maybe do that. But if you just don't have any more money to put in at the moment, then don't worry about that if you're holding blue chips. Like, you're classifying them as blue chips for a reason. There is a Telegram which is good to sell through. Daniel, do you know what it is? Like, I've not sold anything through that yet. I know some people who could send you the right way. I know Comics and Crypto, I believe, does some trades. Wendy does some trades as well. Who else does some trades? I know Comics and Crypto and Wendy do them, I'm pretty sure. Yo, thank you so much for the 5. How much do you see Mickey Sorcerer Hat and C3PO in the future? I do believe they'll both be amazing. Disney Animation Studios' first appearance and also Star Wars' first appearance. I think they're both going to be, like, I think they will become blue chips in eyes of more as time progresses, personally. That's what I think, mate. As soon as there's a big drop in the market, will dip. If not even sooner. See if there's a big drop that comes, people will sell off in order to go for the drops. But people won't sell off for this weekend, as I just don't think Invisible Woman is like the most popular character in the world. She's popular. No, don't get me wrong, but not the same as something like Spider-Man. Why is Spider-Man uncommon less than the common? Is less mints, both are FA. I'd argue uncommon is cooler. BGN, I can agree with you, mate. Like, I think the uncommon is a little bit cooler. Laurie, thank you so much, mate. I really do appreciate that. I hope you're having a great Thursday. I really, really appreciate the kind words. Thank you so much. I agree. I think the uncommon's cooler. I think one of the reasons is because, like, what's been suggested is that the common is the first minted. So that means the common is the actual FA of it. So I think people, like, put that on a little bit of a pedestal for it. Yo, Kenobi, welcome in. How you doing, you legend? Storm is jumping. We actually talked about Storm. We talked about Storm when she was just out, and I told everyone what the price, how she was going to jump once content creators started talking about her and once Twitter started talking about her, and now she's jumped. But I know most of you wouldn't have took that up on. I didn't even take my own advice. I didn't buy any. I didn't have any liquidity to buy any at that point. But these are important things to take note of. I think Invisible Woman will be the same. We're gonna be looking at that over time. I think Invisible Woman will go under retail and then she'll rise over the next coming months. I just think that will be the case. I could be completely wrong, but we've seen it with Captain America and Storm both happening, and with Spider-Man, even a non-FA with the zombie one. I think it will happen with this. I'm probably going to stack up on some Invisible Woman when she drops and see if that's the case, and I'll make a video on it and we can compare. We can look at it. We can see if the theory is right, or if people are really paying attention to more of what's going on. The Deadpool Ultra Rare has shot up since the some 3 good digit mints. Not much more than 4. Surprised they haven't been snapped up yet. That's the thing as well, Michael. See, when things start to increase quite sharply, people tend to not look just a little bit further and see that there's some amazing mints just a little bit higher that people haven't taken off the market yet. Still thankful for somehow getting a Walt drop. I'm so jealous of you, mate. Not gonna lie to you. I'm so fucking jealous. I bought it 2.1k. I sold my duplicate Todd McFarlane and my duplicate Superman in order to get Walt at 2.1k. Best decision I made, but scary as hell at the time. Scary as hell at the time. If the Gomi is theoretically based on its own created OMI, but the NFTs are secured, recorded by a third-party Go chain, and the company intends to migrate to Ethereum, which I'm totally down for, then what's the point of OMI of all of this? It kind of seems superfluous at the point, unless I'm missing something. But if a Komi owns a huge stake of OMI in an environment where their token doesn't really do anything, it seems kind of a red flag. Right, okay, I don't think I've read that correctly. Based on its own created OMI, but the NFTs are secured, recorded by a third-party Go chain. The company intends to migrate to Ethereum. And what's the point in OMI? So OMI is used for the burns of the collectibles. if that's what you're meaning. So see, when things are transacted on Veve, that burns the circulating supply or the reserve wallet at the moment of OMI. And in the future, the MCP and the OUP and all that are gonna play a part in that, same as the things like the Veveverse. So you're gonna be able to buy things, like buy NFTs with OMI moving forward, but that might take some time. I don't know if I've completely misunderstood your point. I'm guessing you knew all this, Valrath. That like purchases on the app contribute to the reserve wallet being burned and all that sort of stuff. I don't know if I've misinterpreted it. Oh, Paddy, that's a good one. I think Superman will flip Todd. Can you give us your thoughts? Can you give us your thoughts on why? I have 2.5k gems to invest. What do I buy? Look for one blue chip at least, I'd say. That's going to be a long-term hold. The problem is a lot of them have jumped recently. So maybe it's better to wait for a retraction. Maybe it's better to take advantage of some other things that haven't pumped at the moment. If you're looking at long-term, some of the things that haven't jumped significantly over the last few days are the comics, which you could look at. The problem is Disney and a lot of the season 1s have jumped significantly over the last few days, so you'd be paying a premium and it might dip when a retraction happens. So it's a challenging one, mate, but I'd say look at the markets right now and see what you're comfortable with, because if you're okay with holding for a very long time, then it probably doesn't matter paying a bit of a premium right now as the market's rising for something that you really want. What's good, my fellow Vivian? Much love from the Rotterdam city in the Netherlands. East, thank you so much, mate. I hope you're having a great day so far. I really do appreciate that. What's your thoughts on Jason Fabok? Amazing Batman. Amazing Batman. I like all the Batman Black and White series. It was the reason I got into Veve. That was the reason I stayed. So I have them all. I really enjoy them. Well, I don't have them all. I have most of them. And I really, really do enjoy them. They used to get keys out, exclusive keys to the first person in the store at opening. Did they? Okay. So we have potential. We obviously got the utility of getting Disney Plus with it. You know, that was already the utility we got with it. So I just don't know. Unless, see if Partners becomes something like the Bored Ape Yacht Club, where there's a genuine community for it and it has hard hitters in it, then we have more power. But as of right now, Veve's growing, so it needs to continue to prove why it's going to be a decade-long company rather than something that will fizzle out in a year. Batgirl just busted through 200 gem wall. I sold one today at 180, but I've still got 3 left, so I'm more than happy with the decision I made. And this is what I mean in chat. Stay convicted with what you do. Stay convicted with what you do. I'm absolutely fine with Batgirl jumping 40 for what I sold her at today, because I was convicted in selling her. I knew why I was selling her, because I'm getting the 1k gems to potentially do the YouTube series of 1k to resell, and I'm okay with that. So when you make decisions, make them for yourself and stay convicted with them. You'll always make the best decision for yourself, and you won't be bothered when things jump, because you knew you done it for a reason. Ultra Rare Captain America only has 68 left in the market, only 1.5 to go from Spider-Man Ultra Rare levels. Wow. Interesting. The price differences must be quite high. Do you store OMI in Veve or another wallet? I store it in another wallet, mate. I store it in another wallet at the moment. On OMI to NFT is going to make NFT. Yeah, OMI to NFT will help with a lot of things. There's a lot of possibilities with it, and if they do it right, it could be very good. And one of the things that I always like to say to people, I understand there's a lot of like hurdles to jump through right now in order to buy OMI, but if you believe in Veve and you believe it's actually going to go to where you think it will go, it makes sense to buy OMI, because they both work together as a whole. So like, it does make sense that if one's successful, the other will be successful as well, personally. Because when the burns work together, you know, it works from the people who are purchasing on the app, and that helps the economy. It doesn't help the price at the moment, because buybacks had to stop because of the laws. But it will eventually help. So if you do believe in Veve in the long term, then you most likely believe in Ecomi and in OMI the token. Yo, Between, how you doing? Sup, Andrew? Should I sell my Ultra Rare Spidey at 9k to buy R2-D2 and C-3PO and Ultra Rare Marvel comics? Just started Veve last month. Wow, you just started Veve last month and you've got the Ultra Rare Spidey? Amazing, mate. The thing is, right, I'm gonna... If you enjoy R2 and C-3PO, if you're a massive fan of Star Wars, more than Spider-Man, and you like the comics more, by all means do it. By all means do it. Because there's absolutely nothing wrong with selling things off to buy more of what you love, or buy other things you like more, that you're willing to hold through the thick and thin. So by all means go for it. Things you've just got to look out for, there's been a jump in all the prices, so R2-D2 and C-3PO have jumped as well. So you've got to make sure that the tax that you're not getting when it comes to the 9k that you're selling for, you can still get both of them and the ultra rare comics, and that those are the ones you're really wanting. But I think they'll all rise, I think they'll all be great. Just know what your plan is, why you want to do it, and then if you're okay with doing that, then go for it, mate. That's your decision, and I think it's a good one. Like for me personally, I really enjoy Star Wars, and I'm more emotionally connected to Star Wars. So for someone like me, that would make sense. But someone might really enjoy Spider-Man more, and that might make more sense to you. Just always know what makes most sense to you, and what makes most sense, stay convicted in that plan, and you don't really lose at that point, you know? Deadpool Ultra Rare will follow Spider-Man levels. I don't know if Deadpool will ever reach the levels of Spider-Man, just because I don't think it's the same popularity. Like, I think Spider-Man is just so popular, and it's been around for so long, it's had decades to establish itself. But I do believe Deadpool will be great. I purchased your Ghost... Did you? No way! Was it you? Having a top mint of my favourite collectible was my main goal. Mate, amazing! Yeah, chat, I sold my 55 Ghost Trap for 1.7k the other day. I understand some of you might think, oh, that's low, you shouldn't have done that, and all that sort of stuff. I don't have an emotional connection to Ghostbusters. I got that way back, and I was happy to sell it off because I wanted to buy other things. I'm so happy it went to someone who got a top mint of your favourite collectible. I'm so happy you managed to pick it up, mate. Well, congratulations, and I hope it brings amazing rewards in the future for yourself and everything that you have. That's incredible, mate. Absolutely incredible. I saw an article that Disney had applied for a patent for an AR theme park. I did see that as well, mate. I saw that. I need to read more into it, actually. I definitely need to read more into that to see what it's about and what it was talking about, but that could definitely be something that it could add more to what we have, you know? Where's Cavell Anderson recently? Cavell's actually been on a lot of the Twitter spaces recently. That's what I've seen, quite a lot of them. I'm not 100% sure. Is he creating the same amount of videos? I've not been able to keep up with a lot of different videos recently. I've been quite busy, so I've not been able to look at a lot of them. Yep, I sold one at 190, still have 7 left. Nice, mate. Get it. That's the thing. You take profits at different stages, you don't lose. It's called blockchain. Yes, love it. Absolutely love that, mate. And that's the thing. That's why things will work with Omi and Veve NFTs. If you believe in the project. Is there any other crypto project that has $1 billion store connected to it? I can't as well with every other major IP, can you? I can't, Laurie. The only thing that people are really upset, not really upset about, the reason why I think a lot of people are not in here is because the cash out isn't here. But the thing is, right, most things become successful, and the people who are successful in those places is because they get in when there's barriers to get in. So right now there's barriers to Veve, and right now there's barriers to Omi. But if Veve does become successful the way we believe it's going to become successful, then those barriers, once they start to lower, that's when everyone says, oh, I wish I got in earlier. But I've not seen any other store or any other place that has the same IP that Veve have. The closest one is Recur, and it has Hello Kitty, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Hello Kitty's the biggest hitter. Hello Kitty's like this third most popular like collectible brand in the world, so they are big. But again, you know, there's a lot more when it comes to things like Disney, Marvel, and then you've got the likes of involved in them with Star Wars, Cartoon Network, Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Kung Fu Panda. You know, you're listing off big brands that are still very popular today, and I've not seen many other companies that are going to be able to do the same, because they were working on Disney since 2018, I don't think Disney even expected anything to happen with it. You know, like this early, this soon. I don't think anyone did. Veve aimed for 65k at the end of the year. They have 1.4 million now. You know? Do you think Cause will ever be in Veve? I saw Cause like kind of getting upset that Veve used something with them a while back, so I don't know if there's bad blood between them. It'd be cool to see them. I've not done enough research to know if there is actually bad blood between them, or if there has been talks with them for a long time. Supergirl thoughts, 3005 edition, ultra rare 1204 place. Also, I heard there's going to be a Supergirl movie. See, the thing is with Supergirl, right? Reason why Wonder Woman is talked about so much is because Wonder Woman has been in the media for the last like 2 years. Supergirl and Batgirl haven't had a movie made about them ever. I don't think I've ever seen a movie with Batgirl or Supergirl. Once they start to become into present media, I think people will then see that they're going to be worth more. I'm pretty new. My first drop I got was Deadpool Night. You got the secret rare on your first drop? Oh my god, mate. Amazing, Oscar. I've got an uncommon mitigate and a Groot since then. The question, would you sell Deadpool and diversify? So, me personally, I've got a secret rare as well, mate. My threshold of when I'm selling is between like 3 and 4k. That's when I'm selling to then use to buy other things. So, that's my plan. Make sure you have a plan for yourself as to why you're selling it. But that's my plan with it. I do want to get it back in the future, but I think I can make more with different things at the moment if I have that liquidity to do so. What's with Veve in the metaverse? Can you explain? So Veve are wanting to create their own metaverse called the Veveverse. But I'm guessing that all of them are going to sort of play a role with each other moving forward. Because no metaverse has really taken the crown yet. Because, I mean, like, because the crown just can't be given out yet. There's not been enough time to establish what the metaverse is, and not enough people spend time in it in order to establish who the crown is. So, the metaverse is basically a place where you're going to spend time going to events, playing different games, hanging out with friends, through like glasses, through like VR glasses or anything like that. And I'd see maybe in the next decade or so, this is where the world will start to become. You know, it'll be the next step. It'll be the next step in the way that we move. So that's what sort of the metaverse is planning to be, and Veve are wanting to be at the forefront of that, of like using the collectibles in the metaverse and being able to show them off in it. Not a pump, I promise, but the elephant in the room is the Coke Secret Rare 1886 edition. One of the biggest, most collectible companies in the world. Just saying. Yes, I have the set. I don't actually. I have the two. I have 2 commons, but I don't have anything else other than that. It's one I did want to get. It was sitting at 1.1k. I think my mate told me it was at 1.5 today. Still definitely a good set to get, I'd say. Love Supergirl. Low editions and I mean, fair enough, mate. Fair enough. What are your predictions in the market trends when cash out goes live? I'm thinking a slight crash in the beginning and then everything skyrockets after a week, a month. Kyle, thank you so much, by the way, for the kind words. If they do it progressively, if they do it progressively and slowly, I don't think there'll be that much of a drop. But even if there is, there's two sides of the coin that you've always got to look at, right? One is that money can now get out of Veve. Great. But that also means money can now get in for people who have been waiting anyway for that option. So it's that difference between how many people actually want to get out and how many people want to get in. When that happens, you know, I think that's the biggest question. Why Obi and not another crypto? I've done a lot of research on other cryptos and have been in other cryptos. I've seen none where I've been able to get to know the founders the way I have, like through spaces. And also none that has this level of hype consistently around what it is. Because things take time to develop, right? We all know that. In the world, things take a lot of time to develop. But I've never been able to see a company do what Veve have done so quickly in such a short period of time and create a community the way they have that is so emotionally attached to what it is. When do you actually see MTL coming? If we say for every single user, like every single user can use MTL when they can take their cash out, I'd say like a 6-month window. I thought it was going to be earlier than that, But after the AMA, I think personally it's going to be like a 6-month window where it will be gradually rolled out to more and more users over that time. Could be wrong, but that's what I personally see. Deadpool has been flying. I've looked anyway. I know it was 170 when I looked, but yeah, Deadpool. I knew Deadpool would be a good one personally. I'll sell you an ultra rare steamboat for a floor price crash if I'll sell you an ultra rare steamboat, Mickey. My under floor price for cash price if interested. Wait, I'm so confused. I don't know if I read that wrong. Beyond, thank you so much. Everyone needs to read Snow Crash book from 1992. Introduces the metaverse and the yes, I actually need to do that. I do need to pick up that book. Catracho, thank you so much for the 5. My BD is one day off my account by accident. Do you think that will be a problem? I tried to fix it, but it was not able. No, I don't think that will be a problem, mate. I don't think that will be an issue. Once you can take out money and you do the KYC, I think you'll be able to change it at that point. But no, I don't see that being that big of an issue, mate. Don't worry too much about it. If you really are worried about it, I'd say contact them and ask to change it, because I believe you can. Do you think Dragon Girl's undervalued? Dragon Girl stayed at sort of an average price for quite a while. I think there's others that are better to pick up if you're looking for ROI. If you just like her because she's a really, really cool design, then that's great. But personally for ROI, I think there's others that will do better than her over the long run. What are you planning to buy? There's a few things that I'm planning to buy. Season 1 Adventure Time stuff I'm looking at. I'm definitely going to be looking to pick up some of Invisible Woman tomorrow, especially if she goes under retail. And probably more Mare McConnell Season 2s and stack up on those a little bit more. That's what I'm looking at the moment anyway. Any predictions on FA Steve Rogers? I know he's goofy, but he's an FA, mate. The thing is, people do say he's goofy, but at the end of the day, it's an FA. As you said, you know, Wonder Woman's at, what, like 800, 900 now? I could say Steve Rogers could easily go to 200-300, like, and it wouldn't take that long, personally. It wouldn't take that long, personally. Do you think cash out will be to money or just Omi? No, I think it will be to money. So here's what I see. Here's what I see happening. Right, there was something that K made a video on it today, talking about it a little bit more, and he was basically saying that they might have the opportunity to be able to cash out through Omi, so that then you can sell on the market. So you can sell whatever you can sell the Omi for that. Meaning the countries that may not be able to sell to take out through fiat could potentially do that, and that also gives you another avenue to actually get more Omi. So I think both, but again, I'm not a massive crypto like knowledgeable person. I would definitely need to do more research on that to even see if it's viable, like even if it's a thing. Kay's a lot smarter than me, and probably a lot of instances when it comes to Veve, so he's probably the best one to know more about that. Deadpool only at 3k, people don't know the sweater can be changed. Dad said so in a recent AMA. Wait, did he? Does anyone have confirmation on that? I need to look at the AMA. If that's the case, Deadpool will take a serious strike up. Do you think the Zombie Hunter Spider-Man common could also go to 1k? It's also an FA. I could see all of them. I think over time, as supply lowers, yeah. Because Spider-Man is still so popular. It's just about like the time that you're willing to hold in order to see that, you know? I regret not picking up Steve Rogers when it was at 44. Mate, same. I regret it big time as well. I've got one, I think. But at the end of the day, we make those decisions. He alluded to it a bit, but did not confirm any concrete about the Xmas items. Yeah, I thought he'd mentioned it, but it wasn't about like Deadpool in particular. The only reason why I see you might not be able to is in Deadpool's series, it says like Christmas Jumper Deadpool or something like that, or Holidays Deadpool. That's the series, so that's why I believe you might not be able to with Deadpool. But again, I'm alright with that because I didn't buy Deadpool, or I didn't hate Deadpool because he had the Christmas jumper. I didn't actually care. It was fucking Deadpool, you know. I think both, but given the Akomi white paper, I think it'll be Omi to be Omi first. Veve have a huge supply of Omi, and they would want to hold onto the cash. Mate, there's nothing wrong with that. See if they do Omi first, and you can take out an Omi. And by that time, we're predicting that we'll be on Coinbase and Binance. Then I see no issue with that. I personally see no issue with that, because then you can cash out and you can take it to fiat if you want, or you can keep Omi and you can stake Omi and all that. You know, there's a lot more options when it comes to it. I bought the ultra rare Deadpool. What do you think, Andy? Fucking love it, mate. I've got Deadpools. I've got a ton of Deadpools. And I do plan on selling the commons as they go up in price, but I probably will always hold one form of Deadpool for a very long time. We've been burning so much Omi lately. This is why I'm so happy. Look, not like it's a weird one. This is why I'm completely fine with Omi staying at this price at the moment, because that just means we burn more. And when we burn more, that means that when things actually start hitting the circulating supply, Omi goes higher. So at the moment, I'm perfectly fine with the way Omi's sitting at. But again, you need to be a long-term thinker when you're doing it like this. If you think Omi's going to moon in a day, it's just not the case. Omi, Veve, right? 99% of projects we know for NFTs are going to zero. We know that, right? We know this is the case, because most of them are dog shit, and we can all agree on that front. However, in order for companies to be successful, they need to have a plan for longevity. Companies need longevity. Companies need to last 10, 20, 30 years in order to remain successful in what they are. You know, Google have been around for decades. Microsoft have been around for decades. Amazon have now been around for decades. Coca-Cola, Disney, all of them have been around for decades. Why are those companies still around today? Because they were successful in what they'd done. They thought about what their consumer wanted before they wanted it and moved forward with the times. If 99% of these are going to fail, which company is going to be able to continue to move forward with the times? Veve seem to be that frontrunner at the moment, and if they can continue to do so, that means things like Omi and things like Veve will have to learn how that longevity works and how to actually establish themselves as a long-term player. A lot of these companies right now are saying, give me money, I want all your money first, then we will start developing our promises. Veve done what they said they were gonna do first, released the app, had a working app before everyone else had, then started working up the prices. They only made like 30k last January or something like that. And in November, they made 34 million from sales alone in it. No one can suspect that level of growth so quickly. So the fact that they've got to this position already is just insane. Absolutely insane. So if you're in Veve and you believe they're going to be a top player, then know that this is like a 5 and 10 year plan, not some 3-month plan where they want all your money and then are hoping for things to happen when they're just giving empty promises like most do. Seriously think about what Omi have done as a company in the last 8 months, right? And if any of you have ever run a business in your life, if any of you have done anything entrepreneurial, think about going from 34,000 in revenue in a month to 34 million in less than a year. Really think about that for a second. Like, seriously think about that. How significant that is. How truly significant that is. Not many companies could do that. Very little companies could do that. Yo, Honk, welcome in. How you doing, mate? I'm looking forward to DC and Star Wars comics possibly coming to Veve. Just wish it would happen sooner, mate. I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited. I'm also very excited for more Star Wars collectibles. See if we get a fucking lightsaber that's animated. Holy fucking shit. Holy shit. So you believe common Deadpools? What's your selling price for those? Selling price for common Deadpools, I'd say I'll probably sell one at 250, and then maybe go one every 50 after that. I'd say maybe that. That's probably my thought process at the moment. Sell one at 250, and then go every 50 after that for maybe 5 of them, and then hold the rest. Oh, yo, UK things, how you doing, mate? When is it? When is Decon London? Is it February? Has it actually been announced yet or anything like that? Are Veve going, by the way? They better be fucking going. I wish Omi was lower. I would burn more and I could buy more. Mate, same. I wish it was lower. I could have bought more at 0.002. I should have, but we make those decisions. My average price for Omi is like 0.0033, I think, or 34, round about that. So I'm happy with that. You know, that was a good decision on my part. I do plan to buy more. Anything under a cent for me is fine. I do plan to buy more. Do you think it would be a good move to sell Superman if I have just one to get 4 Wonder Womans and a second Harley Quinn? Personally, I wouldn't. If you're someone who can handle more stress than others, keep the Superman. But if you're someone who likes to be like diversified, then the Wonder Woman could be great. But again, I would still personally hold the Superman, even if it is that. Like, honestly, I'd still hold the Superman. I just think he's too popular. Just in case, stacked a few hoverboards from the metaverse. People need to travel. Exactly, mate. I've got a few hoverboards, but not many. Why are Ultra Rares so cheap with Fantastic Four 1 comic compared to the Secret Rare? Probably supply is the only thing that's keeping it like where it is, but I do believe it will rise because it's Fantastic Four's first ever comic. Preach it, and this is why I'm all in on Omi and Veve, mate. That's the same as me. It's the same as me. I've done a lot of research when it comes to Veve, and I've been in a lot of OpenSea projects. Like, I still am in OpenSea projects. None personally compare to what Veve are doing. And what makes me more bullish, right, just as a whole, is that because there's so many barriers to entry, because there's so many barriers to entry, when we really look at it, you know, in terms of getting Omi, in terms of NFTs in general, in terms of the knowledge behind it, that makes me more excited for what it is and what's to come. Because if we have so little people here that are just adopting what it is, think of what could happen in a decade if if these are moving forward the way we believe they'll move forward. We'll start to see a strong price increase in the prices as the user base grows, continues to add utility and more. Exactly, Meta. Exactly. As more utility is added, and as more things are added to Veve that you can do, like once they fix the social aspect of Veve. Oh, actually, I'm planning on doing that as well. Let me go put a post on the feed, and if you want to follow me on the feed, you can, because I know it's an absolute mission. But see, once Veve fix the social aspect of it, Veve's going to be their own social media platform. You know what I mean? Right, I've just shared something on the feed, shouting out all the legends in the live stream. But if you do want to follow me on Veve, my account's Andy1557. You'll find it on the feed right now. And you can follow me if you'd like, if you don't know. And if you don't manage to get it on the live stream and you don't see it, I've got a Blossom up for 9.9 million, which you can follow me from that. As you can click on my name and then you can follow me from there. But yeah, that's the two ways to follow me at the moment on Veve if you'd like to. Thinking of selling my ultra rare Deadpool. I still think there's a little bit of room to grow with Deadpool, not gonna lie to you, mate. There's already close to less than 100 in the supply. I think he could take quite a decent jump. If you need the liquidity, by all means sell. I think you might be able to get a little bit more. I have a few never sells on the app. Superman, Spider-Man F8, Marvel 1, ASM 1. They're my never sells. Yeah, I have a few too. You know, like my Walt and my Todd. Like they're just not sells. And see if I find, again, I'm going to say to you all, I got my first ever physical collectible ever that I've ever purchased. And it's the 1708 Todd McFarlane Batman. If you know someone who has it, please send them my way. I really want to get it. I really want it. What a great time to be alive. Kobe, exactly, mate. What an absolute great time. Can't wait to drive in the metaverse in my DeLorean. I've still got my 2 common DeLoreans from ages ago, and I'm keeping them. I am keeping them. Crypto Cannabis Club. I love it. I used to have a Crypto Cannabis Club. I used to have that and the plant. I got them when the plant was dropping. I did sell them, but I made great profit on them, and it looked like a fantastic community, to be honest with you. Do you believe the hype will be followed by a big price crash as it usually happens? Yeah. The thing is, Ivan, on the marketplace, there's got to be a retraction, mate. There's too it's too big of a pump. There's got to be a healthy retraction. It's always healthy to do that, you know? And I do believe it will happen. Not sure when, but it will happen. I'm not going to be dabbling into OpenSea. People are upset with Marvel tax. Do they know Ethereum gas? I know. Gas fees. You know what you've also got to think of as well? You've also got to think of gas fees, royalty fees, service fees on OpenSea. So you're charged the gas to sell, then you're charged between like 2.5 and 10% for the creator fees, then you've got a 2.5% service fee on OpenSea. There's way more fees on OpenSea that people realise. You can't buy something at $200 and you're buying it $200. You're probably buying something at $200 and you're paying $350, and then if you're selling it, you're getting taken away between what, like 8.5 and 20% of what you're making when you're including gas. Like, it's a lot. Do you have a set plan for your 1k to reso, or are you just going to grind it out in the market? Probably just going to grind it out in the market, and I'm going to like give tips along the way. For the most part, right, the way I've got my collectibles up to where I'm at is by buying at the right time and holding for a certain period of time to then release. So on Veve right now, there's only a few times where you can actually buy like on the day and then sell for like 150 gem profit. Often you have to wait a period of time before something moves to the place you want to get it to. So it's still going to be quite a long process, but I'm sort of just going to go that route. You know, I'm not going to be spending like 15 hours on the app. I'm going to be taking my time, and I'm going to be trying to give you all tips through the series and how I'm analysing the market so that you can do it, and then moving from there. So it's going to be sort of like a tip series, as well as you're going to see me do it, like actually see me do it, and then you're going to see if the strategy works. I get banned from the feed because I asked people to trade outside map. Oh, rip. That is a rip. I'm so out of part of the journey. Started in July with 200 deposit and never had to reload after that. 2 days ago, completed the Golden Moment set and the Steamboat Willie. Florian, you know what I mean? It's just fucking awesome to be alive at this time, isn't it? It's just absolutely incredible. Ethereum guesses will rack a route. Oh, it will absolutely destroy someone who goes into OpenSea and doesn't do their research. Do you have a secret rare comic, Andy? I have one secret rare comic, mate. I got it from the drop, and it's the ASM1 secret rare. What collectible do you think is a good investment now? Didn't pump so much. Adventure Time, look at those, and look at, you know, actually Adventure Time, and one I'm actually going to tell you to look at, but I don't know, I'm not solely convicted in it, but from my research today, it might seem like a good one, is Invisible Woman when she drops on Saturday. What if you have followed Riley, what an absolute legend, mate. I hope you're having a great day so far. If you have an Ethereum dress, I can send you a free NFT for you, bro, for a giveaway for you to keep. Mate, you don't need to do that. Don't worry about that at all. I'm just really happy to be here and be a part of this amazing community. Thank you though. That really means a lot. You'd even want to do something like that. What should I put in the Eternals Mighties? Since it started on Netflix, I think it's a great one to have, but I still think it's going to be like a longer term hold. If we think like things like games and that are going to come involved in it, it's going to take some time to do, but I am really excited for it. I definitely am really excited for what they are. Damn, you have a Todd and a Walt, sexy bastard. I mean, you know me. Yeah, I've got a few blue chips that I definitely made the right decisions for over the long run, but I'm very happy with what I've got. Do you think Catwoman could rise to over 500 in the next week? If the pump continues to happen, yes, but if we do see a healthy correction, maybe some things are gonna stick a little bit for maybe a little while. But I do see her reaching that over time, 100%. These days I want to sell, yet every single time I imagine to sell a year, I decide to hold. Yeah, mate. The most of the time I think I'm going to sell, I'm like, nah, you know what, fuck it, I'm just going to hold. Fuck it, we'll keep it. That's badass. Playtime Games launching with those plants, bro. Yeah, if you dabble in the cannabis, might want to hop back in. No financial advice. I see, that's the thing, Willow. It's illegal here, and I don't actually smoke myself. So the only issue I ever had with it was that I didn't feel a part of the community the same way that others do who do smoke, because I feel that just makes you, it makes it better for you because you really do believe about what it's about. So I might actually get back in though. I definitely might get back in, buy one here or there, because they're actually decent prices. I've still kept up with the community and what they're doing, because I still think they're awesome. But it's just I did move on a while back. I finally made it to a live stream. Honk donk. Welcome in, you absolute legend. I hope you're having a great day so far. I hope you're having an absolutely incredible day so far. Thank you so much for stopping by. What did I miss? Ashley, you missed nothing. The fact that you even want to be here and stop by means the world to me. How are you doing today? Wonderful. Sell point for rare Spider-Man. I've actually not got a rare Spider-Man, so I'm not too sure. Is he not sitting at like a K at the moment? Personally, I would just keep him. Not going to lie to you. If you need the liquidity, by all means sell, but... that will make someone a believer. ASM1 secret rare. I know, mate. I actually didn't like realise how incredible that could be over the long run, but it's definitely one I'm going to be holding. 100%. Thoughts on why exactly the market is booming? There's a few reasons why I think the market is booming at the moment. One, because I genuinely just think we've got more users now and people are seeing the growth that Veve are taking and they're like, these things are going to be out of my reach soon, and that sort of creates a buy point, and then FOMO kicks in and then more people buy in. But then again, see, with the announcement that MTL was going to take longer than people thought, I think people were holding off some gems in order to maybe take out, and therefore, because they can't right now, they just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna put it into some at the moment, see what it does. And I think FOMO is a big part of that, but I think there's a lot of other things that take an aspect to it. But again, you know, even stuff like supply loading, people are seeing the supplier loading and they're thinking, I'm not going to have an opportunity to do this again, so I might have to just do it. Yo, Demo, welcome in. How you doing, mate? Lino, welcome in. How you doing? Thank you so much for stopping by. Serpent, welcome in, mate. Thanks for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Anticipate exit fee from Veve. Yes, if you're going to exit through Fiat, there's going to be a fee, like 100%. They don't have to worry about it right now, but when MTL passes and people do want to cash out, there's most likely going to be some type of cost to exit. Yes, please be aware of that. Like, you're not going to get an exit for free. You're just not going to be able to exit for free. It's just the way it is. And if you're upset about that, then, I mean, be upset about that. It doesn't really bother me. But yeah, that's just the way the world works. You're going to have an exit fee, more or not. More likely than not. When were the best market hours to buy and sell? Economy Wiki told us Wednesday. Wednesday is the time that least people are on. Saturday at 7 AM is the quietest time on Wiki, so probably VV2. And the best time to buy, peak, is Wednesday at 9 PM. Best time to sell. Yeah. Best time to buy at 7 AM on Saturday and sell on Wednesday at 9. That seems to be the data that we've got so far. Look at Top Shot, fee to withdraw and it takes a couple of days. Yeah, exactly. I'll give you a Toyota Camry for your partner statue, 2,130k. Easy! Love it! Joker's probably crazy. Wish I bought 450. I've got one Joker, but makes 100% sense, bro. I dig it all the love regardless. Yeah, well, all the love. You know, I love the community. The community was actually really, really cool. I really enjoyed being a part of the community. And I still keep up with social medias and all that, so it's great. Michelle, I hope you're having a great day so far. I got 4 common Spider-Mans for 100 gems, sold for 185. Going back to buy after the drop. Love it, mate. If everyone was buying gems at 0.65 rate, isn't the price in the market now not the price times 0.65 so much lower than people say it's worth? Yeah, so there's only a small percentage of people who will actually be buying at 0.65 gems. The majority of users won't be doing that, because escrow is quite a complicated thing. The majority of users will not be doing that at all. But the people who are active, like on Twitter and all that, it probably seems like it's quite popular. It will be for the people who are like that, but I'd maybe say they're not 1-to-1, but they maybe a bit lower, but I wouldn't say as low as 0.65 personally. Eternals just came out in Disney. I heard the Eternals movie wasn't like that great, which I'm kind of a bit gutted about, not gonna lie. Yo, Collectibles, have an amazing day, mate. Thank you so much for stopping by. Just because she keeps going up. I wanted to grab her before she goes out of reach. And Jennifer, the thing is, a lot of people will be the same. A lot of people will have the same thought as you. And that's why FOMO kicks in. And then if whales buy in as well, that creates even more FOMO. What edition of Storm do you recommend buying? Common or uncommon are great. Even the rare was under 100 like last night, but I don't actually know what it's at now. Most undervalued Disney Gold at the moment's Wally. He's still the lowest, I don't know why. But they're all, I'd say they're all undervalued, to be honest. Massive upside. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how the market moves. Manifesting Mortal Kombat, that would be fucking cool, Rob. Not gonna lie to you, mate. That would be cool. It's pretty good, just slower and different than usual. No, I get that. I get that. I can't believe I found Veve in November. I even thought that's not early. Mate, I can't believe I find it. I'm so blessed to be here. I'm so blessed to be here. No matter what happens, see the people I've met in this space, like the geniuses I've met in this space through Veve. Amazing stuff. What exchange did you buy Omi with? I use Bitforex, mate. I use Bitforex. Also, thank you for the 2. That means the world to me. It means the absolute world. I've just pulled out the microphone. Yeah, I use Bitforex. I know some people use Ascendix. I use Bitforex. Right, listen, chat. I've actually got a meeting tonight with some legends in the Veve community that I've got, so I do need to make sure that I've got time for that, and I've got time to get everything sorted and set up. So I'm gonna have to end the stream today. But thank you so much, so much for being here. I've had a blast, just like usual. I've had an absolute blast. Chilling with all of you, hanging out with everyone, chatting about Veve. Hopefully you learned something if you've been here for the whole time. Hopefully you've learned something about the market and everything that's been going on. We probably will be live streaming again next Thursday. Thursday's usually the time that we can live stream, and we can get that sorted. But make sure to go out, spread a bit of positivity today. Tell your friends you love them, your family, you love them, anything like that. You know, it's always important to spread a little bit of positivity in a world that's often quite dark. When we've all got a lot going on in our life, I think it's always important to just tell people you appreciate them. So I'm grateful for every single one of you. Thank you again for 5,000 subscribers.